Hello, everyone, and welcome to the grand return of the Bullshit with the Boys podcast. I am your host, Logan Floyd. Your co hosts today are Khalid,
Yo.
Gavin,
Hello.
and Jesse.
Salutations.
All right, we got through that. Let's go. All right. Obviously, it's been almost 2 years since the last podcast. I was telling the people before, even the last podcast, Joker 2, had just come out, and we talked about that, and that was almost 2 years ago already, which is crazy to think that that came out
Damn,
already
was
almost
it
2 years
2 years?
ago. So, how have you all been?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Pretty good.
good, yeah.
Pretty good, pretty
You
good.
know,
I've been
some
alive.
better than others.
Personally,
Indeed.
over the last 2 years, I'm trying to remember in 2024 in October when the last episode was, I had just graduated with my associate's degree, and now I have just graduated with my bachelor's last month. So, a lot has happened since then. And also, I was just accepted into graduate school. So, I'll be doing that for the next 2 years living on campus. So, I'm excited for that. But,
Oh,
For your
watch
masters, you said, right?
for my master's, yes. Also, definitely been watching a lot of movies and shows. I made some new friends. I've been in new friend groups, which has been really cool. But still, you guys are the best friend group who I get to do this with. Over the last 2 years, I had kind of always shot out messages like, we should do the podcast again. We should do it again. I know, Khalid, you said your messages were working like shit. So, I mean, you weren't, there
Yeah.
was some stuff you weren't seeing, but I'm so happy to be
Mhm.
doing this again. I have so much fun doing these that hopefully we can try, going forward to make it possibly a weekly thing, maybe like recording it every Sunday or something like that. I mean, obviously everybody's listening to this right now, but I'm hoping to have these up every Tuesday, having them up like a certain time that Tuesday. So, I'm very glad to be doing this again. I'm so excited to be doing even more, talking about more bullshit with all of you guys. So, with that out of the way, how have you guys been? I guess starting with Khalid.
Oh, I gotta go first.
Yeah, you're going first,
Ah.
motherfucker.
Doing okay. Oh, shit.
I'm going all out
aggressive.
today.
I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Life is not treating me too badly. Had a lot of fun. I do plan to graduate later this year, so I guess that's
Oh.
cool. I get to be the last one here to graduate, so go.
Oh, I never graduated. What are you talking about?
but
Well,
you
trade
finished
school
your trade.
counts, didn't you? Yeah, right. Do you not graduate in trade school? Is that something I was?
No, you just kind of
Misinformed
stopped
on?
going once you would finish.
Your mom
really?
worded it like you graduated. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Like, yeah. There was like a ceremony, but it was just a lunch. Like, it was a
Oh.
lunch with the instructors and everything. Fuck
Oh.
college.
Huh.
Go to trade school.
And do you get like some kind of like certification for that?
I have a plaque.
Oh, okay.
meanwhile, I'm
And
still
as
waiting for my
you would
diploma.
just, I guess you would use that plaque as if it was like a degree then, or is it just like you have like?
One would
how does that work?
assume. I don't really. I guess.
Well,
I
what?
mean, I don't know if it's really a degree. It's more of a certification, if anything. Kind of like a, hey, here's this thing to prove you went to school. Like, or came to our specific course.
So just in like simple man's terms, is it like the college equivalent of a GED?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that said, I feel like I kind of just took my turn, and he also took his turn. So, Jesse, you got it,
Yeah.
brother.
So, Jesse, you got this now.
Okay.
Jesse, you're
Yeah,
like the
so-
furthest. You're like the person who wasn't in every episode. So like,
Yeah,
You're like-
yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
the
you were
only one
in.
who's in.
You were in pretty much every episode. I think even the one.
I only missed episode 2.
Were you not into?
okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, man.
I wasn't
yeah.
into at all.
He was
I mean,
like a
you're
cameo.
you're a
I'm
bigger
told
fan. You're a bigger fan of these than me. Claude was literally telling me
Yeah,
you
yeah.
reference these episodes all the
Oh.
freaking time.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually gonna explain that real quick. The reason Khalid and all them joke that I'm like a fan is because when I started school here, obviously, like most of I had a lot of free periods, but I didn't have friends on campus, and I didn't want to make friends, so I would just
Mhm.
listen to the podcast and just like that. I would fill the gap of
I
silence
remember
and lack of
that.
interaction by just listening to the podcast.
Dude,
And
I will never forget when you told me that shit.
yeah, because I just didn't feel like making new friends.
Damn.
So yeah, that's how I know that I was not in episode 2 at all. 3 was like my longest I was there because I was at the end of the first one. 4 was like the one where I started off on the call and then I lost connection and I missed Khalid's
Mhm.
Ninja Turtle crash out.
That was my favorite moment on the entire podcast.
Is
was that
this-
moment.
Is this 5 or
We did
6?
it together.
This is
Solve
6. This is episode 6.
Solve racism.
No,
God.
but okay.
Oh my
But
gosh.
in all actuality, though, like school's been good. Finally finished. Let's go. Now I just sit here as the only one who's unemployed. So
No, me too.
that's cool. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Maybe
didn't
sitting
know
here
that.
unemployed together.
I just
Well, you're
posted
still in school.
I just posted on Instagram though. I want to start doing like video editing commissions, and I just posted a post like a couple hours ago.
I
saying, like,
literally
hey, I'm
just saw that too, and I'm sitting here. I'm just like, man, he got the right idea. Let me start charging people for stuff.
open.
I can Photoshop something for y'all. It's gonna cost like $20.
Jesse, is there anything else on your case? Because that reminded me of something I wanted to talk about real quick.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
that
we
was
don't have
pretty
to
much
talk
it.
about this topic right now, but I haven't. So when I was with Khalid and Gavin, so I guess for context, me, Gavin, and Khalid went to FanExpo in Philly last weekend, or was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, last weekend. A lot of fun. So we were talking about the podcast and things like that, and we were talking about
Mhm.
also stuff we had watched. Obviously, if you've listened to this podcast, especially episode 2, you might know, or the audience might know, that my favorite TV show of all time had a very controversial ending about 6 months ago, and I never talked about my thoughts on it publicly. And the reason I thought about it was
Stranger
because
Things.
Stranger Things, yeah. And the reason I thought about it was because Khalid brought up, like, in episode 2, there was this moment where you were talking about, like, 11 has to die. It can only end that way. And I think,
Yo. Okay. So real quick. Sorry. I called him after watching the Stranger Things 5 finale, and I said I blame Logan for this because you literally made that prediction like what 3 years ago, and it was like at first we were like, oh, like that's not gonna happen. Like, oh, he's like,
Okay.
yo, it could, and we're just like, okay, whatever.
I
We'll see
guess
what
I can.
happens. And then we saw it, and I'm just like, Logan, this is all your fault. You did this. You
Okay.
went to the brother or the what are they called again?
Duffer
Not
Brothers?
Russo.
Brothers.
The Duffer. Yeah, you went to the Duffer Brothers and you said, y'all, I have the perfect ending. Here it is.
I don't even
And
know.
then
If,
they said yes.
I don't even know. I
Yeah,
wouldn't have.
Russo's Marvel.
Okay, so I wouldn't. We don't talk
Sorry.
about this too long, but I'll talk about it, real quickly, because I literally there has been so much divisiveness about this finale that I'd never even talked about it online. Like I never made a review. I never made a TikTok, and it's funny because even
Yeah.
I reviewed all 4 seasons leading up to it, and I was just like, oh, I'll just wait for the finale to review season 5 as a whole, and there was just so much.
Bad idea.
There was just so much backlash online. I'm like, you know what? If I like it and I say that, I'm gonna get shit from that side. If I say I didn't like it, I'm gonna get shit from a completely other side. I'm not gonna bother.
Well, you know what, Logan? Sometimes you got to stand on business for your opinions.
True.
He is
Mhm.
right there.
But I mean, just the comments of like just people just like it was just so much. I'm like, I don't even want to get into it. So real quick, because they released, I'm trying to remember the first 4 episodes they put out first, which was generally liked. The volume
Yeah.
2 is where it kind of went to shit. And
Yeah.
you saw a lot of
Yeah.
hate. And then the finale was where it was kind of like some people really liked it, some people really did not. I saw the. I texted Khalid that because you texted me like Happy New Year, and I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. I'm like, I just saw the Stranger Things finale in theaters with a packed crowd. I actually saw it in a packed crowd with like a sold out audience. This even before the finale,
Yeah.
season 5 was very up and down for me. There was some stuff I really liked, and other things I was just like, why did you do this? Like the whole thing, I hated the decision for them to that whole ending from season 4 from them to just be like, oh yeah, we put plates over it. I was like, what? Like you built up these
Them
3
doing
years
a time skip was kind of
to
like
get to
yeah.
that. Yeah, I didn't like that. But there were other things I really liked. I thought obviously I thought
Oh,
that scene at the end of 4 with Will controlling the Demogorgons was great. I was like, oh shit. Um,
Oh yeah, that was
that
funny.
was
I
awesome.
well,
thought they were gonna do
don't
so
forget,
much more than that, dude. They let
don't forget
they
your
built
complaint
that
though.
shit up for 3 episodes for him to never use it in the final fight.
I know.
Very much.
Are we
Well,
dead
didn't he
ass?
kind of? Didn't he
So
kind of do it?
so then I'm gonna tell you this right now. I rewatched the first 4 seasons going into 5, and then I watched 5. I don't dislike or like hate a single episode. I mean, probably my least favorite episode of the whole show is still season 2, episode 7. I don't even think it's that
Mm-hmm.
bad. I just think it's
Yeah.
just so out of place.
What happened in that one?
That's the one where it
The
was
one where he
decided
meets the sister.
where she meets her sister, and that was like the whole
Mm.
episode. I don't hate that
Oh,
episode.
the
I don't
bitch
even,
who was like, for some reason, the most important character of season 5,
Yeah.
yeah.
where she just randomly
She just
decided to
came.
be
Yeah, I was.
brought back into the
Okay,
show.
so going back
Yeah.
to 5 again, I remember the ending of 4. It was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna bring the sister back. They're gonna redeem that plot line for them to do basically nothing with her, which was extremely.
Yeah.
So like for me, it was an up and down. Some stuff I really liked, some stuff I didn't. But overall, I thought it was enjoyable. Like I enjoyed it. Even episode 7, which I know that's the one a lot. Episode 7 of season 5, which is I know the one a lot of people shit on. Even that one I enjoyed, even though I will admit the whole episode is just an hour of people sitting and talking in circles. Like it was for the penultimate episode for them to be just sitting and
yeah, pretty
talking in
much.
circles. And I will admit, I'm going to say it right now. I know that one scene got a lot of shit where, Will comes out. It's not even the fact that it's him coming out. That part I was fine with. It's not that well written and acted. That's the main thing.
Thank you.
It's not. It's really not.
The first time I watched it, I was like, this doesn't bother me. The second time I was watching it, like, oh, this is not that well written. It's just like, it's really, they just drag it out. And it's funny because rewatching season 2, Noah Schnapp's acting in season 2, if you go back and watch season 2, is like really freaking good. That's when the one where he was possessed and like he's just acting like crazy all season. His acting, that's really good. So then you go to season 5 and he's probably like one of the weakest actors of the entire. Like it's really weird to see. So all the divisiveness. So then you get to the finale. Again, I saw it in a packed theater, sold out. Everybody was dressed up. We were all excited. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I had issues with it. Don't get me wrong. The whole thing that the military just let them go is so stupid. Like that was so dumb. But overall, issues aside, I really liked it. Even though I will admit there are things about it that I didn't like. I thought the ending was perfect. The last like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I cried about like 4 different times during it. I mean, one reason is because it's my favorite show ending. You got to say goodbye to these characters that you've loved for the last 10 years of your life. But I mean,
Yeah.
so that scene teared me up at the end, the last 10 minutes. The one scene that people criticize a lot was actually the one where I was bawling the most, which was the Purple Rain scene. Like I was just like in the theater, like, because I mean, like you said, I talked this into existence. I always said, like, the entire show is built on the fact that 11 opened this gateway. She's got to be the one to end it. And so I always said, like, I feel like you have to kill her. I mean, it's going to be emotional as shit, and but I mean, that feels like the only logical way you can do it. And I will say, I liked the decision to keep it open-ended. Personally, if you were to ask me, I mean, look, obviously in like 10 years from now, they're going to bring everyone back. They're going to do one more season. I mean, every show does it now. They're going to do it in 10 years. And when they do that,
not.
and then trust me,
Better
100%
not, really.
they're going to. And when they do that,
Yeah.
they're going to bring her back. But for now, I like to believe that she's dead because I think it makes it more like impactful. But I mean,
Also more realistic.
yeah. And I always saw that whole thing where he explains like what happened to her. I saw that as him coping, not actually what happened.
Yeah.
But then
me too.
I would talk to my dad and he'd see like TikToks, like, I've seen my dad's like, I've seen some TikToks where people explain both sides of do they believe she's dead, do they believe she's not. And he said like, there's reasons on both sides that make sense. Like one of the things he said is that when she talks to Mike, there's no blood coming out of her nose. During that whole last scene, you don't see blood ever come out of her nose. She's just, you don't, when she uses her powers, you don't see the blood coming down. So that was one reason he said that she could have been a projection there. Even though I think earlier in the season, there was a scene where she used her powers, like she was trying to get into the Upside Down. You don't see blood come out of her nose. So I don't know. Yeah. I just thought from a character perspective, I liked how they wrapped up, how they graduated, how they were, they were trying to deal with life without Eleven. I'm going to tell you right now, in the theater, like, you wouldn't have told, like, in the crowd I was in, that, like, there was such divisiveness, because, like, everyone was, like, during that Purple Rain scene, like, you could hear, like, a needle drop, and, like, you could just hear, like, people just, like, starting to cry in the background, like, the whole theater. And so I remember when it ended, I was like, oh my gosh, I liked it so much, like, and then, I was like, it seemed like everybody had a great time. Then I went on Twitter, 10 minutes later, just to see, all the divisiveness. Because when I saw it in the theater, it played in theaters the exact same time it dropped on Netflix. So right at 8 p.m. So it was like when I saw it was when everyone else saw it. And even when I saw it in theaters, they played freaking trailers. So it started actually after, people, if they started on Netflix right at 8 p.m. would have. But like I said, the theater experience was great. And I think that probably helped, my enjoyment of it. But I can definitely see all the complaints people have. I agree with some of them. It was definitely a journey. It was a journey getting here. And yeah, that was my thoughts at least. I mean, I'll step off
I still
my
think
soapbox.
season 1 is the best season.
Oh, season 1 is the best.
That.
Season 1 is the best season still. I even think rewatching it again, you can tell the quality drop off even after that. Like season 2 has always been, I think season 2 is still my least favorite season, even though 5 and 2 I think are, pretty close. 3 I really like, but 3 the dialogue gets pretty bad. If you rewatch season 3, it plays it so cheesy in a lot of the scenes.
Listen,
season 4,
Wait,
I think
listen,
season 4 is my second favorite. I think season 4 was the closest they got to recapturing the mystery and the intrigue of the first season. I still think season 4 is really freaking great.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. I just like how down to earth it is in
Yes.
season 1. You genuinely feel the small town vibe when you're watching the first season of Stranger Things. It's they left that and they went too grandiose, and that's one of my problems with the later seasons. No, I understand that it's like the plot gets bigger in this and that.
Yeah.
But why the fuck are there Demogorgons in Russia in a POW camp?
I agree with you there. And that went nowhere too. Like after 4, they didn't even touch upon that even slightly in 5.
Yeah.
I agree with you with the season 1 thing, the small town. It was so weird watching it again, seeing how small scale that first season is and how almost like intimate the town is. And I actually think season 2 actually does a pretty good job of carrying that over for the most part. It actually, for me, it starts in season 3 where you start to see like they really start to make it like it's like blockbuster filmmaking by that point.
Yeah,
Season 4 works
that's
for
when
me.
They introduced the Russians and everything.
Yeah, season 4 works for me because even though it is a much grander scale, I feel like they still, unlike season 3 where it just became like, it was almost like the dialogue became like Marvel movie-esque almost. Like season 4, I thought they brought back that intrigue that the first season had. Like, what's going on? Who is Vecna? Like, I didn't feel that in seasons 2 or 3. And like season 4, I felt like they brought back that intrigue that the first season had. And
all for it to also go nowhere in season 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Season 5, I just felt like I said, I enjoyed it, even though like I said, it wasn't great or anything. I think it definitely had a lot of problems. Yeah, there was just stuff that they did in season 5 where I was like, really? Like,
yeah, I agree.
I wanted to ask too, I haven't watched it yet. I know Khalid and Gavin, you were saying you watched The Boys. I haven't watched the final season yet, but I've heard like similar things about like it's just like they rushed it to the end and it's like so much. Like you said, I remember
it could have had an extra episode.
I don't think it's more so that it's rushed. I think it's more that the majority of the season was just a bunch of stuff that really didn't matter. It was like a bunch of nonsense, occasional sprinkles of Oh yeah, see the plot's moving forward, and then they just stuffed everything at the
Didn't.
end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna catch up on Gen V season 2 first. I just have to.
No,
That's
don't even
another
get
thing.
me started.
Listen, Logan.
Okay.
Shoot. Do we even warn him? Do we tell him?
Dude, Gen V goes nowhere.
Season
There's
2.
literally no
There's
reason
honestly
to watch
no. Okay, listen. I'll say this.
Well, here's the thing.
If you,
Sorry. Go ahead, Logan.
I was just gonna say I already know what the ending is of season 5. Like I already know. I already know what happens.
that doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm
That
just
doesn't
saying.
matter.
I already know what happened. Okay.
Gen V as a
Like-
show just went nowhere. It was like
Yeah.
they introduced the characters, and then essentially in the final season was like, hey, you remember these guys that we've been building up? Yeah, let's just send them off.
Really?
Yeah,
I like the
yeah.
first season too,
No, Gen V season 1 was great.
but season 2, all right.
Season 2, bro. Season 2.
No, listen. Gen
Season 2
V
wasn't
is a
even bad.
perfect. Yeah, I would say Gen V is the perfect spinoff.
It is.
They
it
did
is.
what they wanted, and they didn't fuck with the main series, but they still decided to try to make them together.
Well, okay, I was about to say. So the problem. I'm just gonna warn him. I don't even care.
You can tell
Logan,
me I
the
don't
problem
care.
with
I don't
Gen V
care.
season 2 is that it unfortunately builds up so much that does not get included in season 5 of The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yep.
it is essentially like it's like how do I? It's like if you're building up this anticipated thing, like they're setting it up like it's about to be some crazy like the ultimate crossover between shows just for 5-minute cameos.
Doesn't
Oh, she finally knows how to control her powers, and she's gonna be the Homelander killer. Nah, never mind.
So
We lied.
Yeah.
So she doesn't. I know Butcher. I already heard what happens in the film. I know Butcher kills him with a crossbow. I saw that clip where it was like, "I'll suck your dick, man. I'll
Crowbar?
suck your dick." I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" But I mean, I haven't. I just saw
No,
clips.
They really
actually think it was
turned the
perfect.
pathetic. I would say they turned the pathetic up to the max, and it's the perfect way to end his character.
I was
think
about to say
so,
it was
okay.
perfect.
All right.
I think they did a great job with how
It
they
was
did that.
super satisfying. The only thing I
Yes.
wanted was the scene to be longer.
Is this true?
Right?
Is this true? Real quick, I heard he doesn't become president until that last episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, see, to me, that's
Yeah.
bullshit because that's how they've been advertising this whole season.
That's it.
Yeah.
We've been advertised scorched earth and all that. It's like they say, scorched office. We didn't
Because
we didn't
I
go
also
nowhere.
saw people
bro,
on-
scorched office. No, bro, scorched desk.
I saw people online. I also saw people online who were like, there were posters where it was like the White House and then Homelander and then like Butcher on the ground and like behind Homelander was like so many soups behind him. But I heard that's not in there. Like,
Oh,
there's no
so
soups
that's
behind him.
actually
no. It's
no,
like the most
so-
iconic comic panel, and they didn't put it in the fucking show.
Yeah, it's a comic panel. It's a comic
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah,
they did it
it's-
for promotion, just to be
yeah.
like, hey.
And then
Yeah,
I heard
just
there
to
was like, but I
advertise.
heard there was like multiple posters where they just weren't in it at all. Like there was one where Homelander's in the sky and he's looking down on Earth, I guess scorched Earth, and that's not in there.
Yo,
No, not at all.
scorched desk.
Yes, indeed.
All right, yeah, I'll have to catch up on that. What I did watch though, I do want to talk about, which I loved, Daredevil Born Again season 2. That shit is so good.
I have not watched it,
You have
but
to.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Season 1 is a mixed bag. Some of it's decent.
I liked it.
Some of it's decent. Of others, it's just like it just kind of dragged on for me. Season 2 is really good, and the finale is fantastic. There's a whole, I won't spoil anything, but there's a whole like battle scene inside of this building, and it's like the last like 30 minutes. It's peak. Like what Kingpin does in that, you're like, holy shit.
I'm still so behind on all the Marvel shows.
I am too. I caught up on. I watched the first 3 seasons of the Netflix Daredevil, and then I just watched Born Again 1 and 2. I haven't seen Wonder Man, which I've actually heard very good things about.
I have heard good things about
I've
that
heard
too.
that's very good.
Oh, y'all saw the Legends of Tomorrow trailer?
What?
No.
Not Legends
Wait,
of Tomorrow.
what?
The Supergirl trailer. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Where
yeah,
did you
with
get Legends of
Supergirl.
Tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I was to say, huh?
No, because James Gunn posted pictures of what's his face in the suit, like the
Lex
the-
Luthor.
Yeah, Lex
Yeah,
Luthor
Lex
in the
Luthor.
suit.
Yeah,
That's not-
That's
Yeah.
not
Oh my God.
Supergirl.
That's next year.
That's
That's,
Superman.
That's
Man
Superman.
of Tomorrow.
No, sorry, Man
Oh.
of Tomorrow. Which, by the way, I do want to clarify this. They've said it's not Superman 2.
It's not.
What does that mean?
I've heard it's Superman's a supporting character in it.
So what's the movie?
Is
I've
it
heard Lex.
Superman, Man of Tomorrow?
It's just called Man of Tomorrow, no Superman.
It's called Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, so
I thought
Lex is the
was
protagonist.
So I've heard that Lex is the main character.
That would be awesome.
I've heard Lex.
That would be awesome.
That's what I've heard.
That's actually Gav.
I've heard Lex.
That is pretty cool.
I've heard Superman's still in it a lot, and they team up. But I've heard the central focus is Lex. That's what I've heard.
That's actually really interesting.
That's why
that's about to be the movie of the year for me.
He posted the script, and the script it said Man of Tomorrow, but he had like a specific JPEG picture on it that was like a brain. It was like a psychology picture of a brain, and so what I interpret
isn't Brainiac the main villain?
Brainiac,
Yeah,
or I've
that makes
also
sense.
heard it's gonna possibly why it's called Man of Tomorrow. It's going to be the conflicting viewpoint of what Lex Luthor views himself as the Man of Tomorrow versus how Superman views himself as the Man of Tomorrow. So it applies to both characters. That's I mean that's what I've heard. And James Gunn specifically said like on threads and stuff, he's commented and he said this is not Superman 2. He says I want to make that very clear.
I just had to look it up. Yeah,
it was confirmed. Brainiac's the main villain of Man of
Brainiac
Tomorrow.
is in it. He's in it. Okay. He's already been cast too. Jon Stewart's in it. He's carrying over from Lanterns, so we'll see how that turns out later this year.
Whoa!
I forgot about this.
I have not watched.
I haven't watched Lanterns either.
No, it's not out yet. It doesn't come out until August.
Okay.
That was the one where the trailer came out and then everyone was shitting on it because there's no green in it. And so then they put the second trailer and they're like, fine, here's all the green you want. And it shows like all of the green with the lanterns.
And then they're like, it looks too green.
I thought
content.
the first trailer looked good, but the problem was that it just didn't look like a Green Lantern show. It looked almost like a Tyler Sheridan show, like Yellowstone or something. And so the second trailer, they're like, okay, it's a small show. It's in a small town, but it's a TV show. It's going to be on HBO Max, and so it's in a small town. But it's also like lanterns, like the lanterns are patrolling it. And so it's still got that Green Lantern stuff in it. I thought the new trailer actually looked really, really good. I think Supergirl looks good too. So we'll see how that comes out later this month. So I assume we'll probably all see that and we'll have to talk about that on here.
Especially Clayface too. Don't forget
Clayface.
that.
So Clayface was one where I was like, I have to see a trailer for this first because I don't know what to make of it. The thing that excited me is that it's written by what's that guy's name? Haunting of Hill House. Mike Flanagan. He wrote the screenplay. James Gunn has said in interviews, he's like, we never planned for a Clayface movie to happen. What happened was Mike Flanagan already had a script he wrote prior, and he brought it into us, and we loved the script, and so we fast-tracked it. This wasn't even a movie that was even on our radar that we were going to make, but someone had already written a script of it, we loved it, and we wanted to make it. And so they had said, like, it's a full-blown body horror film, it doesn't feel like a comic book film at all. And so I was hearing this stuff, I'm like, all right, I want to see some footage. After they put that teaser out, I'm like, I am all in. It looks nothing like a comic book movie. It looks like they're going totally...
It looks so fucking grim,
It looks totally body horror. I'm in. I'm in. I'm very excited.
Speaking of what looks body horror, bro.
Also, look, I mean...
Put him on Junji Ito.
It's a body horror movie. We are in the period right now of horror movies making bank. So, I mean, Obsession and Backrooms are killing it right now in box office. So this is the time to be like, let's do something.
Didn't Exit 8 just get a movie or something too, or?
I think I heard about that.
Or has that been out for a while?
The Exit 8? I think I heard about that.
I don't know if it's out yet.
I think I heard it's out. I vaguely remember hearing about that. Yeah, it's very interesting right now with movies and stuff, seeing like, Mandalorian and Grogu just tanking, but on the other hand,
I thought people liked that movie.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine.
Literally everyone I heard talk about it at the convention was raving about the fucking film.
Oh, you mean the convention full of Star Wars fans?
Exactly.
And Mandalorian meat writers?
Jesse,
Mandalorian's a mid-show.
Mandalorian's great. The third season sucked ass, but I like the first 2 seasons a lot. I thought the movie was better than season 3. But like I said, I thought it was fine. It was like this could have just gone to Disney Plus. Like it's just something. It didn't need to be in theater. It literally just feels like an extended episode.
I think you were the one who said it was the safest movie you could possibly make.
It was.
Right?
It was.
The safest movie.
If you watch it on Disney Plus when it comes out, you won't tell the. Oh shoot! I'm not even joking. I have that Turtles 3D model right next to me that I bought at the convention. I just bumped into that shit. That's the sound you just heard.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say you broke it. I was gonna weep.
No.
I so wish I could have gone to that convention, bro. I'm jealous.
It was fun.
fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that movie, it was fine. It wasn't bad or anything like that. But I just think it's crazy seeing how that movie, like, it's just like not doing that well financially. But at the same time, there's like a horror movie that cost $750,000 to make that just crossed $200 million worldwide, which like
Obsession?
never happens. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, amazing movie. You all got to go see it. It is so good.
I want to watch that shit so bad.
It is amazing. It is so good.
I haven't seen anything for it, so I don't have a desire to go see it. I just hear
It
it's
looks
good.
so cool.
Khalid, I knew nothing about it. I went specifically on hype. It's so good. I was telling Jesse before the podcast, this was my Sinners of this year. Like, Sinners was a movie that came out last year where I was like, I saw trailers for that at least. I had never seen any more.
I was so excited when Sinners came out, dude.
I had never seen anything for Obsession, but like Sinners, I had seen stuff. I saw Sinners solely based on hype. And I went in and I loved it, and the same thing happened for me with Obsession. So yeah, definitely you got to see it. It's so good. It's my favorite movie of the year so far.
Damn.
It's funny because Backrooms is also making a lot of money. I saw that also. I knew nothing about the material, like the creepypastas and like the videos about it. That the guy made that. I think it's the same guy who made those videos, directed the movie.
Yeah, Kane Pixels.
Interesting. It's definitely an A24 movie. Some weird shit happens, especially in the third act. I respected it from like a craft standpoint and like what it was trying to do. It just didn't really. It wasn't like my thing. But I gave it a 6 out of 10. Like I didn't think it was. I wouldn't go as far as saying that like I liked it. But I appreciated what it was doing. It was quite one of those kind of movies.
Okay.
I mean, real quick, if you want to know what else I've watched recently, Masters of the Universe is shit.
Is it really?
Oh damn!
Oh my gosh!
Man.
I saw it.
So excited for that
I saw
movie.
it with Paul.
Right.
I saw it with Paul. He was looking forward to it, and I thought it looked bad. I didn't think it looked good. I had some hope because Travis Knight is the director. He directed Bumblebee, which I really liked, but he also did a lot of Leica movies. I think he's the founder of Leica. He directed Kubo and the Two Strings, which I really liked. And I think he's directing I think he's directing that upcoming Wildwood movie that comes out later this year from Leica. And so I had some hope based on it. The first 20 minutes was actually solid, and I was like, oh, I might actually enjoy this. The action's decent. It actually was kind of cool. Skeletor, I will say, Skeletor is great throughout the whole movie. I mean, they're hiding the fact that Jared Leto played it. They're like really hiding that from the marketing. Skeletor's probably the best part of the whole movie. So the first 20 minutes is all in Eternia. That's solid. The moment he gets to Earth, it's Thor: Love and Thunder.
No, don't tell me that.
Every fifth line is a joke. And it's painful.
Wow.
It's like, I turned to Paul after the movie ended. I said, after the first 20 minutes, it's almost like in the script, you'd write 4 lines and there was an automatic insert that says, required, write witty joke that relates to the last 4 lines. It's painful. Like, it's to the point where, yeah, it's Thor: Love and Thunder type. It's just, I mean,
now I gotta watch the movie. I feel like
yeah, right.
That
Dude,
was
I
great.
was so excited
if
for
you
Masters of the
want to know
Universe.
what movie you're gonna get into, there's a scene where Skeletor's working out in a gym wearing a Nike uniform.
What?
Not joking.
What?
That's the
Holy
type
shit,
of
that
movie
sounds
you're in
bad.
for.
That sounds terrible.
And that's the thing. Skeletor's great in it, but again, it's like the whole script. It was like, you required just write a joke, like put a joke in there. Just put a joke in there every 5 lines. Man at Arms, I guess slight spoiler, Man at Arms is like a badass during the first 20 minutes. And then, He-Man goes to Eternia and then, leaves Eternia. He's on Earth. And then when he goes back to Eternia, Man at Arms is like a drunk. He's like a drunk. He's just like spitting out like one-liners. And it's just his whole joke is, I'm the guy who was like a great person, like this great warrior. Now I'm just a drunk who drinks constantly. And it's just Idris Elba just hamming it up. Like it was one of those things where I was just sitting there and the jokes are like so telegraphed that like every line I was like, oh, there's a joke coming, and there was they're just doing a joke. Like it's real. The writing especially is like really, really not that good.
It's so disappointing to hear.
Again, it might just be me. I went on Rotten Tomatoes. It has like a 70%. And so maybe it's just a me thing. Like I said, I saw it with Paul. He was looking forward to it. After the movie, I turned to him and I was like, so the first 20 minutes, like I thought were actually promising. And then after that, it was just like, it felt like they had to write a joke in every 5 minutes. He's like, yeah, that was disappointing. And so I was even surprised to hear that from him because I thought he was going to, I thought Paul being Paul, I thought he was going to be like, oh, I really liked it. And then
it was like a peak movie. It was like the most peak freaking movie
ever. And I'm so
ever.
glad I said it first. So when he said, I'm like, oh, thank God I wasn't crazy. It was because, like I said, it's got a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. It seems like some people are liking it. I just thought overall it was just. Here was another thing too. We did a double feature. We did that, and then we saw Scary Movie right after.
New one?
Bad idea.
Yeah. Which Paul thought was going to be terrible. He thought, like, this is going to be the worst movie of the year. He turned to me after. He said, I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually liked Scary Movie slightly more than I did He-Man. I was like, damn. Yeah, He-Man was, that was something. Yeah.
That sucks.
Like I said, maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe it was, like I said, it's the review scores for it are solid. I just sat there the whole time and I was just like, it's just like I said, every fifth line, it's a joke. And it felt like Thor Love and Thunder type. It was just like they had to put jokes in there just to have them in there. Some of the action's cool. I'll say that. Some of the green screen's pretty rough. Like some of the backgrounds during scenes, you could tell they shot that like 2 actors on a green screen. Like I said, though, some of the action's cool. Like I said, the first 20 minutes will trick you because the first 20 minutes are actually like the action's cool and like it's actually like kind of compelling. And it actually tricked me. I was like, oh, this is actually going to be good. And then they get to Earth and it was exactly what I feared it could have been. Yeah. And they're not on Earth that long. So I actually thought when they got off Earth and they go back to Eternia, I'm like, oh, the movie's going to get good again. It's going to be what it was during the first 20 minutes. And the problem is that they carry over all the issues they had from that Earth stuff and they put it on Eternia, like with the just constant jokes. And yeah, it was, I think He-Man it deserved a better movie and better adaptation, at least in my opinion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So is there anything, I mean, before we get into our main topic, obviously, is there anything else?
No, I have nothing to add.
No.
Nothing to
Yeah,
add?
I think we're ready.
All right, let's go to our main topic. And then obviously after our main topic, if it's, maybe it doesn't go as long as we think, or we can obviously still do stuff after. But the main reason we're here today and our main topic is I haven't really watched any anime. I can get into my anime knowledge a little bit, but I'm not really someone who's really into anime. These 3, on the other hand, are really big fans of anime, at least from what I know. Give me
Way to
one
put me out like that, Logan.
Give me 1 second. I am so sorry. My mouse just fell. Just want to make sure everything's all right. Yep, we're good. Okay. So I mean, like I said, from what I know, you 3 are all big anime people, and so what we're gonna do today is I came up with some predetermined questions that'll hopefully lead to debates that we can all get into. So I guess what I can say from personal experience is that I haven't really watched a whole lot of anime. I was saying earlier I've made some new friends. I'm in a friend group. They're all like big anime people, and they got me to start watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But I watched like the first 5 episodes of season 1. I just never continued, which I know from what you have said that is the worst out of all of them. So I got to get into it more.
Yep.
And I watched it, subtitled. I didn't watch it dubbed. So yeah, that's going to be a question that's going to be up for debate coming up. So this part of the show, it's really going to go from, I've been talking a lot, but now this is where, you guys will really get to shine because I don't really know shit about anime. So I came up with some anime questions that are hopefully going to lead to debate. And you know what? Let's just get started. First question is best anime of all time. Actually, to do this, let's go in order. I'll start. So one person can go, then two others. I'll call it out. Khalid.
Of course. I expected
Yes,
my name
I was gonna go first.
first.
Are we talking personal favorites though, or like?
I was
Like
gonna ask that.
Objective or personal
There's
favorite?
there's an objective answer, and then there's the answer that will get me looked at if I said that shit in public.
I think it would rather be fun to do the answers that you would say that would get you looked at like shit in public. Let's say, all right, prepare yourselves then if you want to give an answer that, is like that. Let's say personal.
Okay.
Damn, there's a lot here. Yeah, Logan, I think this is a pretty loaded question because I don't think I can say I have a favorite personal anime.
Okay, so let's
really?
all right, let's just say overall.
I can say things that I like about certain anime. Like for an example, in terms of action, I would say that like obviously Jujutsu Kaisen is like up there for me. In terms of like world building, I would say something like Made in Abyss. So it's like I can't point to a singular one and then be like, that's my favorite. Objectively, as far as the recent years that have gone by, like this will get a lot of hate from people who are, older, but like I would say Attack on Titan is probably like the best anime objectively that's come out. And
that seems like a popular answer.
It's an objective fact too. It's not even
I don't judge that. That's that always pops up all the time, even from stuff I've seen. I mean, I've heard about that show for years too. So you'll say Attack on Titan?
I would say Attack on Titan, yeah.
As an objective answer,
as the objective best anime of all time, you cannot argue that.
Yeah, there's literally nothing you can say.
There's
like personal, like okay, like dude, there's so many masterpieces. Logan, like I could say like Frieren for an example, right? There's too many good shows, but I would say Attack on Titan. Okay, yeah, that's probably
Attack on Titan for Khalid. Gavin.
I don't know. Like Khalid said, it is a very loaded question.
Indeed.
But you sounded like you actually had a personal favorite.
Oh, I do.
He does.
But yeah, go for it.
Give me one moment. Someone's knocking on my door.
No, they're not. That's lying.
All right. Jesse, it's your turn. Just skip his turn. We'll come back.
All right. We already said objective was AOT, so yeah, I was already said that. Now, mine is a very cliche answer because I fit into the stereotype of you don't watch anime when I say this, and of course he would say that because he's Mexican, but Dragon Ball is my favorite anime because it was my first.
Okay.
I watched Dragon Ball content before I watched any other, like even stuff like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. I watched Dragon Ball before all that. Okay. That's why it is my personal favorite because it was what got me into it in the first place.
Now I do know a little bit about Dragon Ball, even though I've never really seen it 100%. Which Dragon Ball? The original, Z?
Okay, so
it's one series. It's like one.
Well, yeah,
series.
it's all one series. It's the same series, but I would say I do have a ranking for it. If you want to hear that,
go for it.
I'm back, y'all.
Because I've seen from original up to GT, I am not as caught up
Oh,
on
Dragon
Super,
Ball.
admittedly.
Yeah.
That's the
But
newest one, right?
well,
Super.
it was, but now
Is that
I know.
Jesse's objective answer or his personal
No,
answer?
it's
It's
personal. Bro,
Personal?
objective, I
Okay.
agreed it's AOT. But this is my personal.
There is
No,
only
so
like one thing I could say to that would be quote unquote possibly on par with AOT,
yeah.
but
I think it depends on the years you like choose. Like I would say Death Note's one of them. I would say Code
Okay,
Geass
yeah.
is another. It's just
Yeah,
it's
that's
Code
different.
fair.
Geass. Yeah, because there are so many influential shows.
I guess that's also true. What were you
But
gonna
Gab,
say,
it's
Gab?
your turn.
My personal favorite show of all time.
It's not favorite show of
Well,
all time, just
anime,
favorite
yeah.
anime.
Or
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
anime. My bad.
Unless your favorite show of
Anime
all
of all
time is
time.
an anime.
It probably is.
I maybe I would have to think about that. I don't know. I don't know because like
What was your controversial take?
for the possible objective best show.
Yeah.
If it's not not One Piece, if it's not Attack on Titan as a quote unquote objectively best anime of all time,
Mhm.
I know it gets a lot of hate, but like Dragon Ball is a really good answer to that. Like
So you're
Huh.
also going with Dragon Ball?
So you're also going with
I would
Dragon
not
Ball?
have expected that
no,
from Gab.
Dragon Ball is not my personal answer. That is my
Are
objective
you too
answer.
afraid to give your personal answer?
Well, no, Jesse brought when he said, "What's my hot take?" But it's it's too influential and too iconic, you know?
See,
Kind of
I
like
don't.
Pokemon. It's too iconic.
I feel like, are we looking at things objectively from a narrative and storytelling
I was
perspective
gonna
or
say,
influence?
narratively, if he's looking at it from influential, I see what he means, 100%. If he's talking narrative, I don't know about that one. As a Dragon Ball stan, mind you.
I've always heard Dragon Ball's like, I mean, like if like you were saying from a storytelling perspective, like not cheesy per se, but like
Dragon Ball
very
is
melodramatic.
really
No,
bad.
it's kind
Dragon
of
Ball has terrible writing. It's horrid.
it's not well
And
written. I can agree
I've
to that.
seen all of Dragon Ball, like literally more than
Like,
Jesse.
he's a,
It's
yeah,
not good.
he yeah.
Jesse, you don't got the I mean not Jesse. You don't got the right to talk about bad writing shows, Khalid. You watch Baki.
Yeah, but I watch Baki because it's funny. Baki's hilarious. Did you
Yes.
like, Logan? You watched War World, right? The
Ice
new
Cube
one with
yeah, shit.
Ice Cube. Yeah,
Total shit.
It's one of
it's not a
those
good
where
movie, but it's hilarious to watch.
Oh
because
yeah,
of
it's
how bad it
hilarious
is.
to watch. I mean, The Room is still the best movie watching experience I've had. That's a terrible
Gotta
movie.
watch that.
Oh my gosh.
The Room.
No, you know what? You know what, you guys? We gotta. If you want to do an episode on a movie, bro, we should all get together on Discord call and watch The fucking Room, and then do a podcast on that shit. Oh my gosh,
Huh.
me and Paul watched.
I didn't hit her. I did not hit her.
I don't,
Oh, that's The Room.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, me and Paul watched that last year. We had the best time because like that's a movie you have to watch with people in a room because it's. I mean, The Room. I mean, ironically, but oh my gosh,
What
it's
is The Room
it's
even
so
about?
bad.
No, right? What is it about?
I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
I'll just go into this briefly so we can get back to the topic. But The Room it was written and directed, starring, and I think produced by a guy named Tommy Wiseau, who is like this really weird dude. Like he's like a character. You could read up on him. He has like a lot of wealth, but no one knows how he got it. And he's a character. He loves movies, but clearly you can tell he doesn't know actually anything about them. And people say he's basically like an alien. Like he is not human. It's to the point where they made a movie called The Disaster Artists with James Franco and I think it was his brother Dave Franco and Seth Rogen was in it. And the movie's about the making of The Room. And I think James Franco played Tommy Wiseau. And we watched that too. When we watched The Room, we watched The Disaster Artist after. The thing is, The Disaster Artist is actually a great movie. I think it was nominated for a bunch of awards. But it's a movie about the making of The Room, which is one of the worst films ever made. And literally, it was this guy, Tommy Wiseau, the weirdest dude. And so he was passionate about making a movie. The problem is he didn't know shit about it. And the script made no sense. The actors would make fun of it on set. I'm not joking. He said, I want to shoot with 2 different cameras. I want to shoot with a film camera, but I also want to shoot with an HD camera. And I'm not joking. This was in 2003 when HD, like digital cameras, weren't really a huge thing yet. He stacked a film camera and a digital HD camera on top of each other in a rig he made. And like the movie goes back and forth between them, and you could tell because the quality gets worse. And the dialogue is so bad. There are like half of the movie is sex scenes, but it's the most horribly not sexy sex scenes you'll ever see. And there's literally, I'm not joking you, there's shots where he's trying to have sex with this woman, and you can tell he's aiming at her belly button. And it's so bad. The dialogue is terrible. That's like you said, I did not hit her. It is not true. This is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That's like the famous line from the movie. All the dialogue's like that. Like it's, yeah, it's terrible. There's one woman. I remember me and Paul were dying laughing. There's one woman where she's like, she goes to see her daughter, and then she says, "I got the test results back. I definitely have breast cancer," and then it's never brought up again. She says she has breast cancer. Never brought up again. There's no reaction to it. It's so bad. It's like it's not, a human did not make that movie. Like I'm telling you, we gotta watch it. Like I feel like we have to do a podcast at some point where we watch that movie and we talk about it, because like that is a movie that you watch with people. Like you don't watch that movie alone. You watch that with people in a room. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We might have to do that at some point. Like Winnie the Pooh. Remember when we did Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? We were gonna do a podcast on it, but it was just like there was nothing to talk about because it was just bad, but not like talkable bad. This is like the movie you talk about over like a couple hours.
Okay. So this is our redemption.
Yeah. It's funny, by the way. I just remembered that. Real quick, I saw all the other movies. Do you know how after Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, they did a Peter Pan one?
I forgot there was.
They did a Bambi one. I saw those. Me and Paul, we were like, let's go see them in the theater. I'm not joking. I saw the Peter Pan one and the Bambi one in a theater, and those are bad too. None of them are good. They're all bad. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 is still the best one, and it's still bad. So yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I thought that. Okay.
So going back to the topic,
Yes.
The first question was best anime of all time. Gavin, what was your answer again?
Objectively, it has to be, in my opinion, it's Dragon Ball. Personally, I would say either One Piece, I really like, or
I'm going to say Mushoku Tensei to say it.
No,
just say
no.
Mushoku
Tensei is my favorite isekai, but it's not my favorite anime.
You know what? That's another thing.
Like, exist, but okay.
Yeah.
ReZero is good, but I like Mushoku Tensei for different reasons. Okay, it's the first light novel I got into. It's the first like physical book I ever bought for an anime. Like it was just
the first ever book you read. I was gonna clown the shit.
No. I was thinking that too. My bad.
All right, but Logan, I think that's
yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a subjective answer, Gavin, or no?
It was One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Khalid, we got Attack on Titan. Jesse, we got Dragon Ball. Gavin, we got an objective answer of Dragon Ball and a subjective answer of One Piece.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts on any of those that we want to go over, or you want to go to the next question?
Outside of Dragon Ball being badly written and Influence being the objective take is trash, considering everything nowadays being released is inspired by Bleach. But it's okay. We can move on.
Well, okay. You want to know what inspired Bleach?
Yeah, what inspired Bleach? Because it wasn't Dragon Ball, sir. It was not Dragon Ball.
No, you copy. All the big three were inspired by Dragon Ball.
Nah, bro.
Nah.
Trying to move this along, guys. Come on.
All right, you want to move on to the next question?
Yeah, next question.
Okay. What is the worst anime of all time?
Well, he already said it. His least favorite is Dragon Ball.
And who's that?
I don't think it's the worst anime of all time. I just think it's not a good anime.
Okay. You know what?
The worst anime of all time that I've watched recently? Handshakers.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yo, that me up. Oh my gosh.
That shit's ass.
It was so bad.
Is that what you're gonna say as your answer?
Yes, that is
Okay,
what
we
it
got
is.
some-
Yeah. I'm
got
not gonna lie.
handshake.
Khalid, I'm not, or not Khalid. Logan, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just to quickly summarize,
Okay.
Handshakers is essentially the anime equivalent of The Room.
You didn't see What's it called?
Well, the way you described it, handshakers.
Oh, handshakers. I only have handshake. Okay, handshakers.
Look, man.
It wasn't even long or nothing. It was a 12-episode anime.
The IMDb score is already showing because it says a 3.3 out of 10. That tracks.
It's bad. Okay, it was also one of the only anime that wasn't inspired by like a manga or a book or anything. It was an original.
It's original, yeah.
Bro, the room's got a 3.6, so yeah, they're on track with each other.
The room has a higher score than that shit. Wow.
That's crazy.
You know why? You know why? Because it's real life. At least there was sex scenes in that. At least there was proper relationships in that,
Oh,
not
no.
incest.
Gavin, there's no proper relationships in the room. Those aren't even sex scenes. Oh my.
Yeah,
I
aiming for
didn't
the belly
expect
button.
them to be.
Okay, so Jesse, are you gonna say the same answer?
You know what? Yeah, I would, because I was gonna give the benefit of the doubt of like I don't think I've seen an anime that I've ever hated that wasn't. Well, okay, that's not completely true. I've seen romances that I've hated for sure.
Facts.
That what was it? What was it? What was that one, Gavin? That you lied to me and said that like it gets so gas, and then I finished it and it was just not gas. It was gas without the G.
What? Which one? Because I've recommended a lot.
Yeah,
You gotta be specific.
I don't remember if this is the exact name, but it was something like the dude who married the girl in his class that he hated, and I'm pretty sure that's basically the title.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Isn't it literally just called "I married the girl in my class who I hate" or whatever?
Logan, see, this is the degenerate side of anime that you gotta stay away from.
Yes, literally.
No, this is peak. This is peak.
No,
Now
it's
we go
not.
from Crunchyroll
You
now.
literally admitted that you lied about liking it.
No. Fucking. I'm not talking about this is peak for the anime. I mean, us the degenerate side of anime. Shit's peak.
The side that everyone wants to
I need
ignore
to-
now, now that the great shift happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know
Fuck
what?
you,
Don't ever watch
Naruto,
shit like
bitch.
that, Logan.
Nah, fuck you, Naruto.
Naruto.
Come up here and watch some
Naruto.
romance shows, all right,
Naruto what?
motherfucker?
Oh, that's what you meant.
Okay, so we got Gavin, do you have an answer?
For the worst show ever made?
Worst anime.
For worst anime ever made?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's called Oblivion Battery.
It's literally not bad. He just hates sports, bro. He's an incel loser that's in his room.
You're the biggest complainer about that shit.
No.
You're fucking gaslighting me.
Because I don't watch multiple episodes. Your ass was trying to kill yourself over that shit. You too, Jesse. I see you trying to hide in the corner.
It was so bad.
Like, let some kids play sports. Like, damn.
Listen. Maybe
Watch Handshakers. Then we'll talk. Then we'll talk about fucking
you know
Oblivion
what?
Battery.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'd give Oblivion another chance. We're watching Handshakers.
And Logan, I'll be honest with Handshakers because I liked Handshakers for like the first 4 episodes. Like I'm not gonna lie, I supported it for a bit, And then I watched as the show just became shit. Like it was just hot garbage, and it got worse and worse.
It all went downhill when they introduced her and her brother.
Bro, I remember when we were on the last episode because I watched it with Jesse, and I was just praying for this shit to end. Like, just
I was genuinely crying tears of joy that it was over.
Yo, do you remember the ending, the fucking cliffhanger? Like we're getting a second season.
Oh yeah, yeah, like they're trying to make a season 2. Like, bro, no one wants to watch this.
Fuck that, bro. Horrid show.
It was trash. It was so trash.
Okay.
That's the definitive answer, Logan. There you go.
All right, those are your definitive answers. All right, so we got Khalid and Jesse both agree on handshakers, and then we got Gavin with Oblivion Battery. Did I say that correct?
Yep. Shit was dog ass.
He is lying.
All right. I feel like I gotta start watching more anime. Gotta get on an anime train. Honestly,
you gotta start with some more
I mean, I know you were
stuff.
saying handshakers is ass, but it's only 13 episodes.
Logan, do
That's
not
a starter anime, bro.
that shit, Logan.
It's not a starter. Do not do that.
Do not start
You
with
need to
that,
have
okay.
a basic understanding
Yo,
of anime.
no,
before
hold
that.
on. We should. Why didn't we just all collectively agree on Noblesse? Like we all know that shit's ass. Like, we
I
should have just
forgot
picked
about
that.
Noblesse.
God, Noblesse.
Wait, what's it called?
Logan,
How do you
I'll type it in chat. I think it's like
Okay, you're writing something in the chat.
yeah. Hold on, let me fucking make sure I'm typing this right.
Let me see if
Logan,
I can-
it's a show we watched the entire first episode of and did not know the characters' names.
Damn.
Okay, so Logan,
Did they even give us a name?
not yo,
That shit
I'm not
was so
gonna lie. Logan, so before that was like, when did we watch that, John? Like 5 months ago? Almost a year ago now. I don't know. It was a while ago. But
It was before Texas, so maybe like December.
no, that's when the OVA came out. We watched the first episode recently.
Oh yeah, I think it came out like
It was like 5 years later.
it was like the winter season of 24.
Yeah. So like before the actual show came out, Logan, they released like a special like episode for this anime.
Mm-hmm.
And we were interested because it's about vampires, and we're like, okay, yeah, well, we'll see what it's about. I cannot tell you what that thing is about. Genuinely, I don't remember anything from it. I just remember not liking it. I think we fell asleep. One of us fell asleep during it. I'm pretty sure. It might have been
Probably me.
Dang.
but then we watched the first episode of the actual anime like recently, and we're like, okay, bet. And then we're just like, what are those names? What is going on?
This shit made no sense.
We got to the end of the episode, and I just remember Gav going, "Did we learn any of their names?" And it was just like such a realization of how
We were
bad
just
that
laughing
shit
the
was.
whole time, bro. Like, oh my gosh, it was bad.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, Noblesse. How do I speak?
Noblesse.
You put it in the.
Oh, here we
I
go.
typed it in.
IMDb. I'm just trying to pull it up.
I'm actually very interested in the score.
I was about to say, I don't
7
know
out
if
of
it's
10.
Get the fuck out of here.
The fuck?
They have not
There's
seen
no
good anime.
way it's a 7 out of 10.
There's 3 shows. Which Noblesse are we talking about, Logan?
This one came out in 2020.
Is that the OVA?
I don't know.
It's very possibly the OVA. No,
It's-
you said
it's-
2010?
2020.
No,
It's
2020.
2020.
2020?
Send it to the
That's
chat.
probably the OVA.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
He sent those actual screenshot proof.
No, Logan, I'm sure you're aware, but most anime come from either
A
a
manga?
Japanese written novel or manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Noblesse here comes from a Korean comic.
Oh, manhwa.
So this isn't even like a Japanese thing.
Okay.
Either way, fuck this show.
Okay.
Get this
Dude,
nasty
on
ass
Crunchyroll,
show
it
out
has
of
a
my-
4.6 stars.
Out of 5 or
That
something,
makes
right?
more sense.
Yeah, there's
Dude,
no
yeah,
way.
okay, bro.
Wait, we watched 2 episodes?
No.
Episodes 1 and 2 are both watched.
Who watched episode 2?
I didn't watch episode 2.
Was it Malachi?
Do you guys just all share a Crunchyroll account?
Yeah, we all share one.
Yeah.
You want in?
I mean, I guess
Might
so.
as
I mean,
well.
obviously not at the moment because I don't, give an account out on the thing. But yeah, I guess I could have all one in.
All right, bet.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, all right, we'll have to remember that for after the podcast. I'll jump on some anime. Because, usually when I look at anime, it's a lot of it's on Crunchyroll. And that's, where it is. And it's just, there's not really anywhere else. I mean, I think JoJo was on Netflix. That's how I started watching it.
You should keep watching on Netflix, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's all on Netflix. Not all of it's on Crunchyroll.
Netflix ended up buying it after, like, during part 6.
Oh yeah,
so,
no,
like, 6 and
JoJo. I
7
think
was on
the
Netflix.
new JoJo is actually, I think, a Netflix exclusive. Like that new
Yeah.
season, they only have, like,
So was season 6.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because I always wanted to, because I always heard a good starter was Cowboy Bebop, so I was going to go and watch that. I mean, obviously not that terrible live action one that they did, but the original anime, and it was on Netflix for a while, and then when I went back like earlier this year to see if I could find it, it wasn't on there anymore. It was only on Crunchyroll. So.
Oh yeah, okay. So.
So
you
so we
can use
got
ours.
so we have I mean, then was it the one you all agreed on was Noble East, right? But then before that.
Yeah.
Before that, we had Khalid and Jesse as Handshakers, and then Gavin as Oblivion Battery. So, would you all change it to Noble East, or?
I do think Handshakers is like worse, but like I think Novelise is also right up there.
I
as
would
a
say
strong
they're
contender,
equal to
so,
me.
Okay.
Like, holy shit.
All right.
Like, at least when watching Novelise, I could like laugh. The end of Handshakers was just dead quiet and prayers, bro. Like, just
Well, you say that, but we enjoyed more of Handshakers than we did of Noblesse.
I guess that's fair. But then again, we've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Novelise, and
Okay, but
13
we also
of
got through
Handshakers.
2 episodes of I don't know. Yeah, I see your point though. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at a tie.
All right. So my next question is one I thought of. To be fair, I use the internet too for some of these, but this is one I thought of because I've seen like clips of like anime from like the freaking 60s. So like Astro Boy, and then the one I always see that people make fun of was freaking Speed Racer, where just the dubbing is just so bad, like so bad, like it's. And I mean, obviously, I think over the years you can probably say they've gotten better at it, but it's still not great. So the next question I have for you is: has the dubbing process of anime gotten better over the years or worse?
100% better.
Okay.
Better?
Hold on. So when we say process, are we saying like what goes into it, or just the general affair of like the dubbing?
Let's just say that how the dubbing comes out, like how it is on the show. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's 100% better.
It's
I actually
better.
find that in most shows I do want to watch it in dub, but like it depends on the kind of show it is, right? Because like obviously the cast doing it is like important, and as well as the show. Sometimes you'll want to do it on a show and you'll find that there's not an option for dub because sometimes they don't actually do it at the same time as the sub, so you have no choice. But there are some really good dubs for a show. Like I had mentioned it earlier, but like Freerin, I think is actually a really good show in dub.
Should I write the shows you list too?
We know. Say it again. Sorry, Logan.
Should I take note of the shows you say too? If you say a show that you think, or no?
I wouldn't take a note because nothing I'm saying is like something I would recommend as a first time go.
Okay.
Though that one is like something you could watch with maybe your like family.
Okay, so Khalid said better. Gavin?
What, have they gotten better?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I see. I'm not a huge dub person, but I can agree they have gotten 10 times better than they used to be.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be a question later on that I think will be more of a debate. But Jesse, I would assume you'd also say better.
Oh, it's not even up for debate. Yeah.
Okay, so
I think Jesse loves dub.
And I was gonna say, like, I'm definitely. I was always a dub before sub anime watcher. So.
Okay. So the next question is: so this is where they might get a little bit more debatey. Are there any animes that are better than their manga counterparts?
I have to think.
I can say a show that's not like One Piece isn't.
So you think you think the manga for One Piece is better?
100%.
Okay.
The anime is really bad pace. Like has a really bad pacing.
But apparently it's gotten a
Um,
lot better recently, so
It has. It very much has, but
this is what I'm trying to catch up
what
for.
it's
So obviously the big factor
still
here
not
would be like
great.
animation.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're looking at it like animation, then my head goes to like
Demon Slayer.
JJK and also Demon Slayer. And I do
Mhm.
think both of those are better anime than the manga counterpart.
Well,
Um,
some of those are also just bad mangas that have good anime.
Well, which one's a bad manga?
he's talking about Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer is yeah.
It is
Okay, you
not
know
a
what?
good manga,
You know
but it is
what?
a great anime.
Like, you might
Okay.
not want to accept it, but it is carried by its animation.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, high key. Okay, I'll say it like this, Logan. Demon Slayer, it's not bad. High key, it might be a good starter because it's not a bad story. It's really not, but it's also not great.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like that's
It's
why
not
I
gonna wall
think
your socks.
Demon Slayer would be a good starting anime because it's where a lot of people started watching anime when the Great Shift happened, and it's also like not the best thing out there. So like you can find better stuff than it.
Yeah, but Demon Slayer will also low-key spoil a motherfucker because
Oh, you know what? That's a good point because the animation is just goated.
Mhm.
So you said that's for better than the
Yeah, it's
manga?
definitely
Yeah,
yeah, it's better.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it is better.
whose answer was that?
Demon Slayer.
I mean, but who was it again?
I guess all three of us.
Demon
Well,
Slayer.
yeah, it's not so much of a single answer. There are multiple like that. Like, Demon Slayer is just an
there's a bunch of
example
them.
of it.
I actually don't think this is as controversial. Just like the topic in general, because yeah, there's like I'd argue that a lot of them are better. Just
Okay.
because it's like, it's moving, your
Mhm.
eyes can follow things, and
You can
instead
hear
of not everybody
characters,
wants to
like-
like read.
Okay. So I think this next question is actually the one where it's gonna get, because I remember even before this, we started the episode, we were kind of already like, it kind of seemed this could be one that was gonna maybe start a debate. Are shows better watched dubbed or subbed?
Okay, all right.
This is the big one.
Wait, settle the
Y'all gonna make-
debate. Which
y'all
is
gonna-
better?
Okay, what about this? On 3, 2, 1, you all say at once which one's better, and then so you better come up with your answer now. I'll give you a second.
I've gotta pick one.
Yes.
We have to pick one.
Yes, sir. You
Oh.
gotta pick one.
That's like asking me to
I'll give you
pick
a
my
little
left
bit.
or right hand, Logan.
Sorry.
Well, which hand is your main hand, Gavin?
All right. Take
okay,
your
I'm
time.
ready.
Take your time. Tell me when you got an answer in your head and you know.
I have an answer, but it's. I feel like I don't know. Like, dude, there is.
No, like genuinely.
All right, take your
You
time.
put me
take
on
your time.
blast, Logan.
Like actually.
Just let me know when you're all ready.
Yeah, I'm about to turn traitor to my entire. Okay, I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay,
ready?
okay,
Are
ready.
you all three of you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna start the countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Dub. I'm saying dub.
Sub.
No. Okay.
Okay. So wait, who was which? Khalid, you said
I said dub.
dub. Okay, dub. Gavin,
I think it's better subtitle.
sub. Okay, Jesse.
Now listen. I think I'm the most iffy on this one because it is a very situational case for me. However, I think I'm slightly leaning more towards dub, just for circumstances that
I gotta plead my case here.
So
I'll have to
Jesse,
plead
you're
with you.
saying dub.
I knew Jesse would say dub. I'm surprised you said dub.
Honestly,
I have
I
an
am
argument
too.
for this. I have an argument for this.
All right, let's hear it, Khalid.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to hear it. You're on
Okay.
trial.
So look,
Very
obviously sub is in the original language, and I have no problems reading subtitles. I actually prefer subtitles, even when it's
Indeed.
dubbed.
Facts.
But I think because English is obviously the language I speak, there's like a lot more understanding and appreciation when like a really good dub happens. And what swayed my decision here was actually Witch Hat Tillier.
Dude, that is such
Because
a
What?
good dub.
because I'm thinking of episode 1 and him screaming at the girl. And I'm just like, if you put that scene and you put it to the sub, the dub just beats that scene for me. And
Really? I never heard the
yeah,
dub for that scene.
the dub is fantastic. And I just
It's so
think
good.
that when you are faced with a really good dub, you can't really say it's a really good sub because you don't understand the language that the sub is speaking. So
Mhm.
it's really just bad dub, very good dub, and just sub. You know? So I'm leaning towards dub here. That's
Okay.
why
Okay.
That's a
Fair enough.
valid argument, but at the same time, it's like me. I know I'm gonna get looked at funny when I say this because I don't think I've ever told either of you this. I
Okay.
get such secondhand embarrassment hearing. Let me say this, but first, I think mass majority of dub is bad dub. It is an outlier to be considered good. But there are so many, like you can't point out many examples of bad subbed voice acting.
I mean that's my argument because sub doesn't have a tier list. It's just the basic it's sub, you don't understand it. But like you can like take Death Note. Death Note has one of the best dubs, period.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna watch if you had to sit down and rewatch Death Note? Are you watching Death Note in sub or dub? Like, you're not watching it in sub, bro. Yeah, but you're not gonna rewatch it in sub. You want to hear Light going, and the camera pan into him, and as he's constantly berating information to the audience. Like,
Facts.
meanwhile, the other side of it is just a language you don't understand. Like, I get your point, and especially if you had argued that like there's more accessibility with sub. But like
Yeah, that is also true. Facts.
the way you said that you can't point out to a bad sub is the same way I could say you can't point to a good sub. Like that's what I mean. Like it just don't hit.
And you know what? A lot of critiques people give dub is probably just because like as an English speaker we can recognize like how do you say this like when they compare like anime screams, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously as an English person you can probably tell the amount of effort put into one because like you can hear it more distinct, and I'm sure like Japanese people feel the same way like like bro like really put his heart into that, or like he didn't really try because they're more familiar with how their vocal range like is with their language. So like I don't know if that made sense to y'all, but
No, that made sense.
and
No,
I'll
did you want to further argue your point, Gav?
Well,
Because
I
like I
don't
see
know,
the
'cause,
benefit of both sides.
I also do, yeah, facts.
I'm also a strong believer in I think sub just holds much more emotion. Like,
You want to give an example? Like, can you think of something?
um, I don't know. Like okay, One Piece is a good example of really good iconic voice actors with a
But a
really
terrible
bad English dub.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
okay,
So
that's cool.
like I don't know. I don't know. I'm just biased. I can't really like talk my way out of it. I'm just biased. So like I've been watching subbed anime for fucking 12 years. I'm just like that's what I do.
I mean, listen, as someone who goes back
I
and
also
forth,
like watching the show as it comes out. I don't want to wait 6 weeks to hear some motherfucker say it in English.
you know what though? I feel like a lot of more recent anime have been better with releasing sub and dub at the same time.
Yeah, that's something
Like
that's
Polar
become more
Opposites was
commonplace.
doing that.
Yeah, but no, there was still a 2 week gap. That's what I mean. Like, imagine I'm watching a dub show. You feel me? Episode 10 of the dub just came out. Shit's getting wicked. But episode 12, the season finale, came out in sub, and I'm watching the final fight in another language on TikTok, and I just got spoiled.
You know what? I
Like,
can't even
that would
refute
piss me the
that
fuck
because
off.
high key, that is one of the main reasons I started watching more sub because I was watching My Hero in dub, and when season 3 was coming out, it only had the first chunk of it, and then the
Mhm.
rest I had to watch in the sub because they didn't have the dub yet, and I didn't want to wait.
My take on it is literally like the question Logan had earlier, whereas like I started on sub, uh, and then like the further down the years got, the better dub got, and it just became something I wanted to hear more. So that's
I wasn't
I was thinking of it.
like I wasn't changing sides or anything. I was just saying I get
No,
that
no, no,
point.
no, no, no. I was just adding my end because we were
Yeah,
all putting our backstories here.
yeah.
But Logan, I think that's your answer.
Okay, I kind of wanted to add to this because even though I've haven't watched that much anime, I do have experience with watching foreign films with either
Hmm.
subtitles or dubbed. Um, I started watching more foreign films because usually if one me and Paul would go to the movies a lot, there was some films we'd see which were foreign films which had only subtitles. The first movie I actually ever saw subtitled, I'm not joking, it was a 2 hour and 40 minute long Bollywood film. And
Bro,
that is
Bollywood is the shit.
Please say RRR.
it was not unfortunately RRR.
No,
I should watch that. I've never seen
RRR.
that. I've heard good things
dude,
though.
that movie is hilarious.
It was a movie. I'd have to look it up. It was about a guy who had like some breakup service, or like he was a guy who like did breakups for people, but then he falls in love with someone who tries to use that service. It was the weirdest fucking movie. Let me see if I can pull it up. It should be in my letterbox somewhere, but it was a 2 hour and 40 minute long Bollywood film. That was the first movie I ever saw, I think, subtitled. Here's my opinion on it, because another example I'll give is I tried to watch Squid Game I had never watched it, a lot of it, but I tried to. I watched maybe the first 5 minutes subtitled, but this was before I started watching stuff subtitled, and like I hated it. So then I changed to the dub, which was so much worse that I was like, I didn't even watch
Yep.
it at all. My opinion on this is that for me with subtitles, I would assume that's what was originally said, or like the English translation of what was originally said. The thing with dubs is that usually, from my understanding, is that they have to find words that fit the mouth, even though
Yeah,
it was in another language, and so the dialogue could just be like really weird. And so
yeah.
It
That
changes drastically.
that's why I prefer subtitles, because it's what the original thing intended it to be and what was originally intended to be said. So that's why I would probably prefer subtitles.
Well,
That's what I
I'll
would think.
say that in recent times, um, as far as anime is concerned, because like something like Squid Game or Shin Godzilla, which I fucking despised for it,
Fuck you.
the dub for that is really bad, right? Because it's kind of like overlapping like what's happening on screen. It's terrible.
mhm.
For something like anime, they can adjust the frames of the mouth moving, and it's something they do a lot nowadays. So you don't actually have that problem where they can actually just go a more literal
I was
like
gonna say, yeah,
translation route.
I think it's easier to do mouth flapping with anime just because, like, with real life, like filming, you can't really try and match it in a different language because, like, it's got to be exact, essentially. It's just gonna look bad
What the fuck?
always, and then
That was the movie
What
that
the
I watched. That was
fuck
Bollywood.
is
I'm not
that?
even gonna try and pronounce that shit, bro.
I
It
had
comes
to, I had
straight
to,
out of my mouth, racist as hell.
I just had to bite my tongue.
I'm
Like
not
I
even
really
trying.
want to pronounce it, but
I'm
like
not gonna
that's
try and pronounce
racist.
it either. I'll just read the description. To earn extra cash, Mickey helps couples break up, but life gets complicated when he falls for Teeny, a career woman with an independent streak. Like, it was literally, he falls in love, I think it was with a woman who was, from what I remember, she was, I think she was trying to use his service, but then he falls in love with her. There's literally a scene that it had nothing to do with the rest of the movie, from what I remember, but like one of the opening parts was the characters dancing on a yacht. And it was like this whole Bollywood like dancing sequence, and from what I remember, it had nothing to do with the rest of the movie. and I enjoyed it, but just because of how fucking bizarre it was. Like, it was just like, what am I
Dude,
watching?
Logan,
Bizarre.
please watch RRR, dude.
I gotta
It's
watch
fucking
RRR.
amazing, bro. There's a scene where a guy is in a car. He shoots like this little rifle. It's not like a modern day rifle. It's like 1960s maybe.
Like a musket.
And he hits a car and well, no, not a musket. But he hits a
okay.
car and the car just like flips off the ground and 360s in the air for like 4 seconds. It's so bad. I love that
What?
movie. It's so bad, dude. Oh my gosh, everything in that movie
You
is just
said it's
exaggerated.
bad though. I've heard good things about it.
No, the entire movie as a whole is good. Like it has a really good story. It's Bollywood. The action is so over the top. Like I still can't get over a scene where a motorcycle is driving towards this one guy. He stomps his foot. The motorcycle flips into the air. He grabs the motorcycle
seen
midair and starts swinging it around, dude.
I've seen that. I've seen that clip.
It's so
I remember. Yeah, I
it's
remember.
it's a great movie.
Clips
Dude.
I've seen from that looks crazy. It was nominated for a couple Oscars. I know it was nominated for Best Original Song, I think. I forget what song. It was
Okay.
probably the most popular song from it. I forget. I know it was nominated for a couple Oscars though. I remember. See, I always wanted to watch that, but I never got around to it.
Definitely go and watch it. I made
I'll have to
Sabi
check that
watch
out.
it.
I think
Oh,
that's on
wow.
Netflix. I'll have to check that out. So yeah, so all right, we got
That's
that.
so in character.
All right, we got that question.
To have
All right, so the next question's kind of similar, but is there a show where the dub version is better than the sub?
can name quite a few.
You said say that again. Sorry, I don't know why I just.
Is there a
went out my way.
show where the dubbed version is better than the subbed?
Okay.
Free Ren.
I-
You already said it.
I said Freerin. I think Konosuba.
Konosuba facts.
Konosuba's a great answer.
I think
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball 2. Yeah.
No.
Not.
that's facts,
No,
Nick.
it's not. Oh, what the fuck?
I was just, I had to bite my tongue
Oh, yeah.
again. No, I almost said a word I couldn't say. Ooh.
Holy shit. That was some S tier rage bait there because I know
was
you're not
just
fucking
about to
serious.
say. I was ooh. Sorry.
Holy shit, bro. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Logan.
Okay.
Hey, what about you, Jesse?
Well, I think we're gonna agree. Okay, I already said Dragon Ball. I
Okay,
said Free Ren.
I gotta ask this because this.
I'm
could actually
pulling
go
out
either way.
all knowledge. All right?
Where do you guys have Naruto sub or dub?
Dub.
Dub.
Gav? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because a lot of people don't like the dub.
I was actually kind of too scared to say Naruto.
Listen,
too, because
bro.
I was like,
listen. I'm not gonna lie. Naruto dub is what made me realize English voice actors were American. Because I'm telling you, when I heard that bitch from Lab Rats as Naruto, I lost my mind.
Okay, yeah. So, Logan, I don't know. Did you watch Lab Rats growing up?
I remember that. I never watched it a whole lot, but I remember it.
Okay, so do you remember the character Principal Perry?
I'm gonna look it up now. Like I said, I remember that show. I was more of a which I used to watch a lot of Disney Channel.
But not Disney XD.
Well, I mean that kind of lapped over though. I guess I remember it. I was more of a Jesse and I didn't do it type of guy, but yeah, I didn't watch Lab Rats a whole lot. I remember it though. So who was the character again?
Principal Perry.
Principal Perry. Okay.
She's the voice
He's
actor.
the voice actor for Naruto. Yeah,
in
she
the
voices
dub.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like she doesn't do a voice or anything. She just talks like naturally because her voice is like really.
So whenever you
raspy.
hear
And it fits.
whenever you
so
hear it, you're like,
well.
oh, that's the principal from Lab Rats.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think I was like one of the only people who saw Naruto after I had watched it because Naruto was like back in like what 2008.
Lab Rats, right? That was the one with the kid, and then there was like an underground.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Bionic Man.
the Bionic
The
people.
world's first
Yeah,
bionic
like I said, I was-
superhumans.
I watched Disney Channel, Disney XD for like a time period, and it was mostly because I was like 10 years old. I started developing crushes for like some of the actresses on Disney channels. That's why I watched
Got you.
most of the shows I did.
Valid.
So, like,
Valid.
so Jesse, it was what was her name? Debbie Ryan,
Debbie
and the
Ryan.
girl from Cobra Kai.
Peyton List.
Peyton List. Yeah, thank you. I didn't do it. It was Olivia Holt.
Yeah, you can tell I had
Um,
types, bro.
shut the fuck up. Yeah, that was mostly why. I'm trying to remember. There was a couple shows though. I remember I like actually liked. Like I remember I would watch it and I enjoyed it even outside of that. Um. Yeah. So yeah, that's mostly why I watched Disney Channel. And even it was for like a year period. And then I didn't really watch, a whole lot after. Yeah, but I do remember Lab Rats. What was the one where they were at karate?
Kicking it.
Yes, I remember that one too.
That show was goated.
Damn, bro. You're just a dictionary for this shit. I had to think about that one. For a second.
Right?
I was the Disney Channel was like the only channel I could watch growing up. Golly.
I mean, obviously,
Excuse me.
my main show was Phineas. and
Did you
but-
watch Zoe 101 growing up?
No,
No,
not
that
really.
was past.
Damn.
Wasn't that
the
past
only
our
things-
time? That was like
No,
No.
not
No.
Logan. That was like okay. To be fair to Logan, technically he's not wrong. Like Zoe 101 was like ending when we were growing up, so like
yeah, it ended in
It-
2008, 2005 to 2008. I mean, everybody's
I was
still
watching
talking.
the shit
I
out
mean,
of
to be
that.
fair,
but I was gonna say that doesn't mean you couldn't watch it.
to be
so.
fair, everyone still talks about how much they love Drake and Josh, and that ended even before that.
I would say Drake and Josh was fire. I remember that. I didn't
I
hate
used to
Zoe
watch
101. I
Nickelodeon
just
a
wasn't
bit
an
too.
active watcher.
Now it's funny.
Did anybody watch Victoria?
Victorious?
Victorious
was
No.
fire.
That was
all
my
right.
shit.
Ball
Yeah.
knowledge. There we go.
I loved Victorious and iCarly, of course.
I'm actually back in when I was like 11 or 12. I used to be
Nah.
I used to
Hold
be a
up.
big 90s Nickelodeon. Like they used to rerun like a lot of classic like 90s Nickelodeon stuff. So
Yeah.
like even animation like Hey Arnold I used to really like.
Oh yeah.
That's a good show. One of my guilty pleasure movies is fucking Good Burger. But that is a topic for a whole other, that is a topic for a whole other day. And it was so interesting watching.
Wait, people don't like Good Burger?
I said look, it's not objectively a good movie, but it's like
I liked it.
enjoyable.
I don't think I've
did
seen
you watch
Good
the
Burger in
second
its
one?
entirety.
There's a second Good
It
Burger?
came out like 2 years
Yep.
ago. Keenan Thompson and
Oh
Cole
yeah,
Mitchell
it was like
both
a
came-
recent
They
thing.
came
Yeah.
back. They brought him back, and it was
No,
Keenan
I did
Thompson.
not watch that.
It was not good. But
Aw.
yeah. But no, it was so interesting. It was, I mean, sad also watching those shows when I was like, maybe 2012, 2014, and then seeing that documentary. Did you guys see the documentary about Nickelodeon and
The
Dan
Nickelodeon
Schneider?
dude?
The Dan
Yeah,
Schneider documentary?
Dan Schneider, yeah.
Yeah.
But with him being like a creep.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
even before that, people knew, like, you could find like old tweets from like 2017, 2018, where he was like on the Sam and Cat page or something, where he was like, send in photos of your feet, and then people were like, what? And so and then you can find like old videos of Ariana Grande sticking her foot in her mouth. You're like, what were they? And yeah, that documentary is something. It's
The original Diddler, man.
It's
Indeed.
sad. Well,
He was probably on the list.
did you hear about the whole Drake Bell?
Oh yeah, because he was like.
So in the documentary was when he came out with that. Because even like a couple of years before that, he got accused of
child endangerment, right?
Yeah,
Or something.
Something like that. And so he was like on a shit list for a while. And then he was in that documentary, and even in the documentary, they discussed those allegations against him, and he said, like, I regret that, and I'm ashamed of it. And he also said, and that's when he talked about, even before that, that's when they went into it, because they dedicated like a whole episode to that thing, because he got raped.
Yeah. I remember feeling so bad around that
and
time
it wasn't Dan Schneider. Actually, the weirdest thing in the documentary, it was a lot of the women were the ones who were against Dan Schneider, because he usually very sexist. And also it was, for him, it was mostly women and people of color, because they kind of go into that a bit too. Like there were a couple actors, I think there were a couple black actors, and they talked about like how one of the actors I think it wasn't Nick Cannon, it was another guy, and he was saying like they had him get into like a fetus outfit where he was like dressed as a fetus, and like it was like he was like it was the most like just
What?
like embarrassing thing for like it was so uncomfortable. And I remember they even said, I remember one of the mothers said like it felt like every black character on the show that in the skits they cast them as like, like a drug, like a not a drug dealer, but like a dealer of like candy or
Someone
like can,
sketchy.
but like that, yeah, sketchy character or something like that. So yeah, mostly for Dan Schneider, from what I remember, it was mostly women and people of color were the ones who spoke against him. The one who was a lot of the men in general, or the males in general, was this guy named Brian Peck, if I recall correctly. He was the one who raped um Drake Bell. And so they even talk about how Drake Bell, they went to court, and at the time they referred to him as John Doe because they didn't want the name out there of who it was, of who the victim was. And then Drake Bell in documentary said, I went into a courtroom. My side was empty, but Peck's side of his supporters were like all people you'd recognize. They revealed later one of them was James Marsden. Defended Peck. And that was like the big one that they in the documentary they unsealed these documents and like some of the famous people who defended Peck, and he was one of them. Because I believe the guy Brian Peck, he's good friends with Bryan Singer, the director of the X-Men movies. And if you know anything about him, he was not a good person either. I'll put it that way. He hasn't directed in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And so so he was the guy named Brian Peck. He was the one who raped Drake Bell. And then the other thing about Brian Peck that like just like what the fuck was in the documentary, they talk about this one kid, I forget who the kid was, like obviously growing up talking about it, but it was like when I was a kid and there was like a party at a house once where all the Nickelodeon kids were there. And then I visited like it was at Brian Peck's house, and I noticed a picture like in his garage. He had a picture of a clown. And I asked, the kid was like, I asked him, I said, who is that? And he showed me the picture. And it turned out that this guy, Brian Peck, was pen pals with John Wayne Gacy.
What the fuck?
And
they might have actually been on the list.
And in the documentary, he like...
Who, John Wayne Gacy?
He like...
John Wayne Gacy is a serial killer, John.
No, yeah.
Well,
So-
I just meant like,
And then in the documentary, the situation was like, what the fuck? And so he walked out to his mother and he's like, you have to see this. And so he brought this kid brought his mother in, and then the kid was saying the strangest thing is that once I brought it to my mother's attention and she questioned him on it, he showed it to her like it was nothing. Like, oh yeah, here's my picture with John Wayne and yeah, that was something. That's a documentary. I mean, it's very hard to watch, but it's definitely an interesting documentary. But it's very.
This might be a dumb question, but is
Yeah.
Dan Snyder dead or in prison or anything like that?
No.
No.
From what I remember, after that documentary came out,
Could he be?
from what I remember from him, he didn't rape anybody, but he was
He was just weird.
He was weird. Yeah, he was weird. So the thing is, that guy Brian Peck, also another note, he, if I recall correctly, so he went to prison for like 18 months and he was restricted. He couldn't work with children. But if you ever watched the show The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, he was the voice of the mirror. Like in Zack and Cody, yeah, they have Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He's the voice of the mirror in the show. And so the reason, and that he got hired for that like a couple of years after he was in prison and was already outed as a child sex offender. And Disney still hired him. It was because he wasn't on the set with kids. He was a voice. But still, the fact that people were like, the fact that he was even still hired after that is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so if you ever, I mean, it's a very like hard documentary to watch. It's very disturbing. But I would recommend it. It's, especially if you're into like, I guess like true crime or whatever. That's a very interesting one to watch.
What's the like one documentary? I'm sorry, but like every time I think of like a documentary, there's like one specific one that comes to my mind, and it's one that me and Khalid watched. Like, I think, how long ago was that? Was it a year ago now?
I'm trying to remember which document you're talking about. Documentary.
It's like the don't f with cats or something or
Oh, the supervillain.
yeah, yo.
That
Okay,
one.
so yeah,
What?
I don't
I'm
know if you've seen it,
researching this.
but it's on Netflix. It was like a limited series on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there anymore, but it was essentially like a documentary about this like Facebook group where it's like they were like I don't remember what the group was for, but like oh no. It was like this one dude who was like some foreigner or whatever, right? He posted a video on like Facebook and it was him with like a kitten. And at first it seemed all innocent because he's like the kitten's just on his bed and he's like there and he's like playing with it for a little bit. And then what happens is that he gets like a bag and then like he like puts the kitten in the bag and he starts like suffocating it and then he like sucks the air out of it with a vacuum and everything and he kills the kitten and he like and it was essentially like it was animal cruelty and he posted it on Facebook. So then the people like in the documentary talk about how they formed a Facebook group to try and find out who the person was and like where he was so they could like get him arrested for the animal cruelty, right? And then it got to a point where, as they're doing searches, he starts posting more videos to like mess with them because it's like they can't pinpoint where I am, and it's like I can keep doing all this stuff. And then like they keep like doing like all these clues and like trying to figure out pinpoint his location based on like what TV show he was watching or like where his what his furniture was and other things like that. And then finally like he showed his face in one like briefly, like barely, and then they're like, okay, like we got it, and like we found the account for that, like it's this one right here, and he made, and then they're like, oh wait, this isn't the real account, and you find out it was a fake account. It was made by the dude, and then like it was essentially, it was a whole elaborate thing where he was like throwing them off their trail and like trying to not get caught doing all this, and then it got to a point where like after like months and months of like investigating him and like getting involved with like police and like the area they eventually pinpointed him to be at, they're like, finally we got him. We found his mom. And then like now we can talk to her about like what her son's been doing. And the first thing that the mom says is just like, I was concerned about my son. Not because like I heard he did all this bad stuff, like he was like crazy and stuff. It's because I got a call from I didn't know where he was, and then I got a call from him, and he said, "Mom, he made me do it." And I'm like, "What? After all this villainy you did, you talking about you're not the mastermind?"
Yeah, a whole
What's
elaborate
this
scheme of
what's it
people
called?
just fucking around with cats.
It's like don't f with cats or something.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. If
Y'all ever watch that show, My Cats from Hell?
No.
Is it Don't Fuck with Cats Hunting an Internet Killer?
Yeah.
All right,
Yup.
I'll have to check that out. Add it to my list.
I don't even know if it's still on Netflix, but if it is, yeah.
Yep, it still is.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I can
It
finally
says I
finish
watched
it.
episodes 2 and 3, so maybe my parents watched it or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. All right, you want me to go back to the, because I think we
How many
did
questions we got left?
I think it was
I
just
think
one.
we're still on listing the dubs
Is it
over
dub or
subs,
sub?
right?
So Khalid, no wait, which shows are better? I think we kind of went over that though.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I actually did because we were talking about the like other like kids channels earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and we brought up like Nickelodeon and stuff, and like and I was thinking other stuff like Nicktoons and like Cartoon Network and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Nicktoons would air Dragon Ball at night, so they would do it in the
Nick at
dub, and like
Night, the
yeah, like Nick at
goat.
Night,
Nick at
yeah,
Night.
and then like Cartoon Network even had some of the anime in their dub, and then it
Well,
made me think like, oh yeah, like stuff like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are technically also dubs,
mm-hmm.
so I would say those are all better than the Japanese versions. So
Okay. I know the one that everyone says the dubs are terrible, and it's because it was clearly aimed at kids. Was fucking for kids.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's the one everybody should like. One Piece, like they would change the cigarettes and make them
oh
little
yeah,
lollipops or something.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, they pretty much Disneyed all of your anime.
yeah.
Okay, so we went over that. So the final question is, if I get this Crunchyroll account, as we were saying, I guess I could start this. Just more of a personal question to aim at me, like suggestions. What anime should I start with from each one of you? I guess we'll start with Khalid.
I think I'm probably gonna give the best one here as far as starting
right.
with. And I'm going to say Death Note in its dub. I think that is just the
You know
perfect
what?
entry point.
You know
I
what? The thing
genuinely
about
don't think you can. Cameron Dutch hates anime, and he watched that anime and told me it was the only good anime. That's how good that anime
Okay,
is.
then.
yeah.
Death Note is too good to start at.
No, I think you don't give somebody like. I think it's just perfect entryway, bro. It's not. It's not too good.
I
You
will
give
stand
somebody
by my hot take. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the best starting
Logan,
anime.
no, do not fuck it. No, bro, no. Holy shit, that's not. Oh my god, that's like you have your foot through the door. Like, sure, it's
Yeah.
entryway, but there's levels to this, bro.
You can do Full Metal, just don't start it. Don't have it be your first.
Okay. Jesse.
Sword Art Online.
No,
As much as I
that
hate
show's
this-
weird, bro. Shit's weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that is a little
That shit
bit.
was-
That
She was
I say it
peak
requires more
16
knowledge.
fucking years ago.
Yeah, it's SAO. SAO anime. Surely it
I dare
truly
you
is.
go. I dare you go rewatch Ironclad. You're not gonna enjoy it as much as you did when you were younger. I guarantee you.
I didn't even enjoy
No,
Minecraft when I was
I'll
younger.
make sure it stays good in my mind as the only good SAO arc.
What is?
He said Ironclad's the only good SAO.
Ironclad.
Bro, I did not care for Minecraft.
All right, Jesse, what's your answer?
Listen,
Ironclad was really all I cared for.
You didn't even like the actual SAO?
That is Ironclad.
Oh, I'm thinking Alfheim. My bad. My bad. I was confusing them.
Yeah, no. If I made his shit, I'm sorry.
Sorry, my bad. I confused the names. Okay, so back to me. Dog. I have to think because, like, it's got to be something like not too long. So it can't be any of the anime I started with.
Dragon Ball.
No, because Dragon Ball's too long.
I know.
I'm not Googling starting anime.
No, do that shit.
No, I'm not. Death Note wasn't a bad one, admittedly. I also still think Cowboy Bebop would be a pretty decent starter, like you had said.
That's the one I
But
thought
that was
about.
also that's also one you just came to on your own, so I'm not gonna count that as my answer.
Okay. There's
It
another
can't
one
be
I had in
anything
my head,
modern.
but I won't say it.
It can't really be
Say it.
anything modern either.
No,
So
because
it's
Speak your truth.
I'm not gonna influence Jesse's answer.
yeah, he hikey would because I'd probably just say do that. Hold on, now I need a list of anime.
When we have the
Hold
answers,
on.
I'll say what the second one I was thinking of.
Okay, hold on.
I'll give a slight hint. It was briefly mentioned earlier, but that's all I'll say.
Okay, well, let me see.
I hope you're not talking about Astro Boy or fucking Speed Racer.
No.
Don't. Yeah, I was gonna say don't
Why
start.
would I
don't-
say those?
Yeah,
Don't
do
start
that.
with anything pre 2000.
Anything pre 2000.
Was it
Really?
Dragon Ball 90s?
Yeah, but
start with
yeah,
Dragon
let's
Ball.
Do not start with Dragon Ball.
Don't start with Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Anything pre 90s is either too fucking weird or too fucking long to start
Yeah,
with.
yeah. I
okay?
can't even lie. They're
All right,
kind of
Jesse,
speaking
what would you say
facts.
your answer is then?
I'm trying to I'm looking through a list of anime right now.
To you Dragon Ball fans, anybody who's watching this who likes Dragon Ball and is about to get angry over the takes said in this video,
I
watched Dragon Ball Original, Dragon Ball Z,
yes, indeed,
Z
indeed.
Kai, GT,
Kai,
and Super. And I'm
GT.
telling you right now, plus all the movies, and I'm telling you right now, the shit's
Not a
buns.
starter.
I don't fucking care. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Look.
No,
Look,
that's not a starter
it's
either.
all it
Unfortunately,
is a grandfather anime. Okay, that's all it
yeah,
fucking is. It had
it's
influence. Cool. Super Saiyan J 573 Ultra Instinct is not fucking cool, bro. You're fucking. Oh my god. Sorry.
yeah. Very unfortunately, that's why, as a Dragon Ball fan, I marked its end at GT high key.
I'm
As
not
far
gonna
as I'm
lie.
concerned, Dragon Ball to me is OG to GT, and that's where it ended.
Khalid, you might hype me up for this, or you might hate me for this.
Okay. I'm worried.
But but wait, I'm trying to remember what the fuck it's called. Ki might be a worse power system than divination.
Yo, okay. First off, cultivation is what you're trying to say. And I'm not gonna
Cultivation,
lie.
yes, cultivation.
Look. Think anything on this planet is worse than cultivation, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit's the worst fucking thing ever.
What's cultivation?
It's not attached to one singular thing. It's just Chinese fucking. It's just
So, like,
Chinese
what was-
media with fucking power, bro. Just
Oh,
don't ask. I can't explain it to you, bro. There's 17
see.
layers of immortality. Like it's fucking stupid. I can't.
I see.
You sit
Okay.
on a mat and you meditate to get the fucking golden seed of the world that makes you God. But you're actually God level 1 because there's 7 other levels. Like, bro, fuck it. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. If I continue down this tangent, it's gonna become a yelling mess.
All right.
My
So
bad.
fucking dumb.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Logan.
Bro,
I'm
just
really
just go
shaking here.
Death Note, Jesse. Logan, let me tell you.
I'm not gonna lie. It might have to be Death Note.
All
Yeah.
right, let's just go with Death Note. All right.
What were you gonna say?
Now, real quick. Jesse, dubbed or subbed?
Dub.
Dub. Okay, so the same as Khalid. All right.
Always was.
All right. So my answer was gonna be My Hero.
No.
I wanted to say My Hero too.
Okay.
I really did.
Look.
But at the same
No, I
time,
beg you,
I
please,
don't think
no.
it's a good starter. It's not.
I think it's
My
in the
hero is way
same.
too freaky.
It's like the same thing with Full Metal. You can watch
Yeah,
it
I think it's
early,
the same
just
tier.
it shouldn't be your first.
Okay.
It's an early one, but it's not an entryway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta get your foot through the door first, and then you go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
All right then. So those were all the questions. Is there anything else you want to add about anime, or did you think we went over it already?
I think we've
Continue JoJo after you finish Death Note.
Okay. Noted.
No, I would
Would
actually-
JoJo
Not
be a
okay. Not
good
okay. Not
first
immediately
anime?
after. Not immediately.
go to
after.
My Hero after, or I guess
Okay.
maybe not even.
All right. So I'll do. I already said Cowboy Bebop. I'll do Death Note, and then go from there. Okay then.
I've seen Death Note turn people who hated anime into
Theo.
anime lovers. So go with that all day.
The only thing I could think of else that we could talk about for this episode is just the con, since we didn't really talk about it that much. Even though Jesse can't really, add anything because he wasn't there because he's in a completely different state than us.
Well, I had planned to go down there to go with y'all,
Yeah, I
but I
remember
couldn't afford
Khalid
a ticket.
had mentioned your name originally, and then when you weren't there, I was surprised, and they were like, "Oh, he just couldn't." And I'm like, "All right."
I just genuinely could not afford a plane ticket.
I remember it was funny. I thought
Doesn't
we were gonna
pop
be.
up.
I thought we were gonna be going around most of the day on Saturday, and then I know Khalid and Gavin were in line for David Tennant the whole day.
Yeah.
Yep.
My glorious
Nah,
king. I wish I could have
look.
met him.
I love that we got there, stood at the front of the line, determined, and it paid off. Cause you weren't even there for that.
No.
Yeah, when we got there, like there was no line because he wasn't there yet.
I
They
was
told
there
us
for
he'd
that.
be there by like 3:45, and I just sat like at the front of where the line would be, and Gav was right behind me, and we just waited there for hours, and eventually the guy came out and he was like, "Do you have your tickets already?" And we were like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well, I guess you're front of the line," and he just pushed us up there. So
Right.
we didn't have to
the
wait.
line didn't open right until like 3 p.m. You said, and you were there at like 1 p.m. You were there for a couple hours.
Yeah.
We waited for a solid hour and a half. I can
Met
only
some
imagine
good
how much
company.
worse it would be
You know
if we
what? You
weren't
know-
first in fucking line.
So
Dude, the
Gavin.
line like looped, bro. I'm so
Dude,
glad I didn't have to wait in that shit.
Side tangent. We met some cool old ass hippies when we were in that line.
Yes, we
Those
did.
motherfuckers were lit.
Bro, when you sat down with her and then they pushed the line back on some segregation shit, I got so sad because we lost company.
I know.
Oh, the chill people y'all met in line, y'all got separated.
Yeah, they were cosplayed as the Good Omen.
Yeah. I
two
remember you
people.
telling me
Like
about
the
that.
book, like the show.
Yeah, and
I thought about watching
they
that. I actually own the book.
I'm gonna read the book as per their thing. I told them that I'd check it out after Mistborn, and I just finished Mistborn today. So
Clid, the reason I
that's
always wanted
Yeah,
to
you
check
know
it
what?
out.
Go ahead and read that so I can catch up
Clid,
to you on this one.
so you've never seen it, Clid, or read the book?
nope.
The
I'm
reason
gonna read
I
it
always
soon.
wanted to check it out is because I know Kevin Smith had always said that was a big inspiration for him for Dogma, because it's about
Oh,
angels and
really?
heaven and hell. Yeah. So I remember
Well,
I
I
think
guess that explains the cosplay.
I think in the credits of that movie, he even says, I mean, now this guy has been like accused of like sexual assault and stuff. But I remember in the credits of that movie, I think he thanks Neil Gaiman who wrote the book.
Neil Gaiman wrote
Neil Gaiman wrote it?
Omens?
Yeah.
What?
Nigga.
Yeah.
Sorry, I tried not to say that word this whole time, but really?
Yeah. He wrote that book.
Wow, I did
Neil
not know
Gaiman?
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Neil
he
Gaiman just became with random ass bangers, huh?
yo,
And he's just
literally.
and shit.
you know he wrote Coraline too, right? The book
Yeah, I was
that's
Yeah,
gonna
based on.
say
Okay.
that's
that's what he's known
what?
for. Yo, Khalid, this is so random,
Yeah.
but like, be, this feels like some weird sign because like I'm not gonna lie, like the last few weeks at work, like I've been at the back, so like for context, I work part time 7-Eleven right now, but
Then you're not unemployed.
You're not unemployed then.
Not unemployed.
well, I'm not. I only work like a day a week. I'm basically unemployed.
You're still employed.
You're still working a job.
Even working 4 hours a week is still employed.
I guess, but I don't consider it because I work less than I did for whatever. Anyway, um, I was behind the register and like a few weeks ago, and there was this book that was left behind. Like it was just in our drawer. Like I guess someone left it or something, right?
Mm.
What's it called? Like it has a show. I know that it's a recent show. It's like something like. Hold on. It's something like Gods of no. Oh, American Gods.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then I saw the author, you being Neil Gaiman. I'm like, oh, why does that name sound so familiar? And I'm just like, oh, right, it's this guy. And I'm just like, and it's just been there for like weeks. I'm just like, I've been so tempted to just take it home to read. Or like just reading it at work or something. I'm just like, bro, or I've been debating trying to, if I should. I'm just like, is this my sign to read American Gods?
Yeah, so
Also,
the convention was pretty cool. It was definitely the biggest convention I've been to. My highlights were I got this. I don't know if Jesse saw it. I got this 3D printed Ninja Turtles model that's like pretty decently sized, and I'll send it in the group chat. And I got it signed by Judith Hogue, who played April O'Neil in the original '90s movie. So
oh wow.
that's what I did the first day. Second day, I got a picture with, and Jesse, you'll like this because I think you're a fan of this show. I got a picture with Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, and what's her name, Erica Durance from Smallville. And so that was what
That's
I got the
fire.
second
That's
day.
so fire.
In the group chat, it was weird though because when I met them, I felt so bad because Michael Rosenbaum was like, "I'm gonna do the pose you're doing." I didn't know what he meant by that. What he meant was I had my arms in a cross, but after he said that, I let my arms down. So Michael Rosenbaum's just standing there with his arms in a cross while my hands are down. And so that's why the picture kind of looks weird. And then also I tried saying goodbye to them, like giving them like a handshake. And then they were like, "Get off!" Like not them, but like the people taking the pictures, like leave, go, because it's one of those things where like you have to like you're rapid,
Oh,
like
they
you're in
could
and
do it
out.
real quick.
Yeah, and so I kind of pissed off the photographers a little bit there, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm.
So that's really
so
cool.
yeah. Actually, let me.
No, they said they were the same way over with us because I tried getting a video of Khalid getting his signature from Tenant, and the second I started recording, they fucking locked my shit down. They were like, "Hey, no videos, no videos."
Yeah, he sent me that video.
I just sent the two photos in the chat if Jesse wants to see them. Um,
Oh, that's
Okay,
cool.
wait, hold on. I've got beef because Terry Pratchett co-wrote Good Omens with Neil Gaiman. Because
Okay.
Terry Pratchett himself is also the fucking goat. He's responsible for Discworld. This is like a collaboration of a
I feel
lifetime.
like
What
you
the
gotta
fuck?
read this book now. I own it. I've never
Good
read it.
Omen.
Yeah, maybe I should read that next. Because I'm reading this last Ronin novel. Maybe I'll jump into that next.
Jesse, you best not let me finish Good Omens before you finish fucking
Okay,
Mistborn.
okay. I get it. I'll read more Mistborn. I'm sorry.
Good.
I'll admit you do have me more hyped for it too. So
The fucking ending is phenomenal.
All right, I think that's all for today. Or did you two have anything to say on the con?
David Tennant was cool.
I wish I could have met him.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like I said this in line to Khalid, but my big thing was I feel like it was weird hearing him not through like a pair of headphones. Like you're just casually hearing him, like, and not in a form of media.
Yeah, because for context, Logan, we watched David Tennant's run as Doctor Who together
Okay.
in a party. So we always had our headsets on, like we would watch it together.
Damn,
So
Jesse, that might like because you weren't there, that must have been like, damn.
yeah,
he was
and
the
what makes it worse is I actually have his sonic screwdriver as the 14th Doctor.
a
So
prop from
yeah,
him playing the
really?
character he has. One.
yeah. Hold on.
He seemed like the big draw celebrity there. I saw a couple from a distance. I saw Elijah Wood from a distance.
Elijah Wood was there.
Yeah, a lot of the Lord of the Rings cast was there. Sean Astin was there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Orlando Bloom was there.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the Lord of the Rings cast was
Yeah.
there.
Did you ever go to the Sunday 4 p.m. thing?
No, I didn't end up going.
What was supposed to be there?
That's when David was doing his speech
Oh,
on
his
his
panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Khalid was telling me that like he really wanted to skip the wedding just to go to that.
I really wanted.
How was the wedding?
It was great. It was very nice.
I only ever went to one wedding. Have I ever told you guys the story? I've always wanted to tell this on a podcast. About how I went to a wedding once, and then afterwards, not even at the wedding, I went at a venue where there's like multiple wedding venues or like multiple weddings going on. I had to go to the bathroom. Did I ever tell you guys a story about the drunk mom who hit on me?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you about this because it gets better. Um, it's very awkward, but the story gets better. So, I was at my friend's sister's wedding, and so I had to use the bathroom. There wasn't a bathroom there, so I had to go across the hall, and the bathroom was outside of another venue where another wedding was going on. Go to the bathroom, wash my hands. The second I walk out, so the bathroom is right next to this other door where this other wedding's going on. This woman just appears, clearly drunk and clearly 40, 45 years old. Keep in mind, I was 18. I just turned 18 the month before this happened. So I was barely 18. And so this woman is like clearly drunk. She immediately walks up to me, doesn't even ask, and just starts like, hey, and then just like flirts with me and starts dancing with me. And I'm like, what the frick is happening? And she's like dancing with me outside of the wedding venue. I'm like, how the frick do I get out of this? And it gets better. This woman's dancing with me. I'm like, get me out of here. I'm thinking to myself.
Yeah.
But at the door, this person walks out and goes, Mom. And it was this woman's son. She's looking at her, basically his mom, dancing with me. And that's when I was like, oh, fuck this. And I just pushed away from the woman. I went over to him. I said, I'm so sorry you had to see that. And he says, oh, don't worry. That's my mom all the time. And I was like,
we're dancing with barely legal men.
I was like, what the fuck? And so I go back to the venue. My dad was with me at the wedding. Keep in mind, the woman who tried dancing with me, that was from a completely different wedding. So it wasn't even the wedding I was at. So I go back to the wedding I'm at. I sit down next to my dad. I'm like, you are not going to believe what just happened. And yeah, that's at a wedding. Yeah, that happened. That was interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, so that's I've only ever been to one wedding, but yeah, I'm glad you liked the wedding. I've always wanted to go to another one, but I mean I haven't had an opportunity, strike upon me where I could go to another one.
Shit, just get married.
I mean,
Just throw your own.
that's your own wedding. I mean, the other thing I didn't talk about, I mean, I think Jesse probably already knows this because a lot has happened in the last year. My dog passed away last year, which I think you probably already heard about. And we just got a new puppy, and we've had her for about 5 months.
Luna.
Yeah, Luna. Yeah, so that's what's been going on.
The goat.
I forgot to mention that at the beginning.
The fifth Luna.
The 5th Luna. Well, it was Dakota before that, now Luna. So, yeah. All right, so I think that's about it for today. Do you guys have anything else? Final notes?
No.
No?
I think that was
I've
it.
got some food waiting for me downstairs since like 7.
Oh, dang. You gotta get that
dang.
food. All
Yeah,
right.
so that's where
All
I'll
right,
be heading
so
immediately after.
All right, so I guess we will sign off for today. This has been the Bullshit with the Boys podcast. I am your host, Logan Floyd, along with your co-hosts, Khalid,
Yep.
Gavin, and Jesse.
Indeed.
And we will see you next time.
Indeed.
Goodbye.
Mm-hmm. You're